Well, welcome to Dartstream Live, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Ben Hunter and joined in commentary by none other than Mickey Brock and Ian Dargan. G'day, gentlemen.
G'day, Benny.
Hey, Benny.
Looking forward to this.
Great to have you back. And look, another fantastic day. Great turnout, Dargs. You must be stoked with what we've got there on the floor today.
Yeah, 57 players again, Benny, and some high-quality, high-profile players already gone home. Didn't get off their boards. It just shows the standard we've had.
Yeah, great stuff. Any idea who we're going to have up first on the stream today?
I believe it's Matt Moody versus Adam Leake will be our first game up. So it'll be interesting to have a good look at the pair of them because obviously we don't get to see them that often. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they release the dart, what their stance is, and their demeanour when they toe the hockey.
Yeah, absolutely. I might just go and get that set up and let you guys run through how things have gone today.
I have to be very happy with progress today. Rocky, you got to once again mention this fantastic venue we're at. Fantastic bar staff. The food is superb. It really has been another great day.
Well, you can always tell it's a great day of darts when you've got names coming through and so-called bigger names already out of the tournament. It's fantastic. It just goes to show the quality of player that's turning up to these events.
Yeah, well, obviously the one that stands out is Koha Kokiri. Played at the World Championships, multiple World Series appearances.
Yeah.
And didn't manage to come through his board. So that shows the quality.
Absolutely. And I suppose in many respects, if you turn up to an event and your mind isn't quite on the job, that is the difference between a win and a loss.
Yeah, there's certainly you can't take any games for granted in this field, that's for sure.
Well, I know Koa, and I did speak to him this morning, and I haven't seen him play in anything for quite a few years. He works away a lot now and doesn't play league darts and hasn't got to many of the tournaments he's always promising to and always wants to. So he was, a bit bummed out by his form, I guess. But do not write that guy off either. He could turn up tomorrow and kick ass. He's a former Pacific Masters winner, I believe, maybe Oceanic.
A prolific
great
winner.
player.
Yeah, you're right. He could just turn and switch it on tomorrow.
Yeah, we just have a squiz there. You can see Matt Moody warming up, getting ready, and stage is looking fantastic again. So Matt Moody, Adam Leake. I know Matt. He plays regularly on the Friday night darts, Dosh Adriatic Friday night darts in this venue. Adam Leake, you guys know him?
No.
I actually chalked one of his games earlier. Looks like a very, very steady player. Quite a tall guy. Looking forward to seeing him on the stream.
Look, we mentioned it last night, guys, and I'll say it again. Oh, it looks like John Kiley is going to be officiating. Good.
And he's going to get himself on telly.
Yeah, but there's a lot of players that, I'm Western Australian. These guys are coming out of the woodwork from all over the place. And, you're seeing guys that you just don't hear of week in, week out that are really chopping some big players.
Yeah, well, someone we spoke an awful lot about last night was young Corey Collins. And he's another one that didn't get through the round of 32.
On the same board as Koa.
That's right.
And neither of them got through. So, again, it just goes to show what strength and depth WA has in players to see the likes of these guys coming through and knocking off the so-called established names.
And look, guys, I'm just going to flick over there. I don't think we've started. I think we're still warming up. It looks like that's JK leaning on the table there. We can just see in the corner.
It's a familiar pose for
there
JK.
We go. Yeah, it's the...
Very unfortunate today. He started the tournament, had to pull out after playing a couple of games. Unfortunately, his back is playing up really, really badly. He had to... come out of the round robin stage, so do wish him well, and hopefully he's feeling a bit better very, very quickly, because nothing worse than when your back's playing up, particularly if you're trying to play darts.
Yeah, sounds like a bit of an excuse after a big night to me.
Well, he's still volunteering to stand up there and score. So
Yeah, good on him. Look, I'm good mates with JK. Great bloke, solid dart player. He used to be a lot better. He's spends more of his time organising and helping out. He's been really pivotal in getting Dart Connect up and running in heaps of different organisations, different leagues around WA. So, yeah, good on him for doing that. And look, it's not like he's a brainiac or a computer genius. He's just a guy that put his hand up.
he's a hard worker. Good for the game.
Yeah, good bloke. Absolutely good bloke.
Well, looking forward to a big one. Look, what I might do while I've got you guys here is just have a bit of a squiz through the draw if we can. I should be able to bring that up somewhere around. Just give me a second to find it. Here we go. So, this is not. I'll just do a bit of a refresher here. It's there we go. It's a bit more like it. So we've got Tim Pusey has won against Killian Gibney. Mitchell Beswick got beaten by John Gardner 6-4. Carl Caton 4-all with Lewis Kirk right now. Lindsay Haji-Ali 4-3 up on EJ Dryden. Wayne Egan 6-1 loss to Loz Ryder. The Warriors back. Loz Ryder is playing Dave Platt in the last 16, who beat Harvey Mail 6-1. Jesse Santos 6-zip over Edward Oversby. Michael Andre, great player, 4-5. Dave Burke currently. Brenton Lloyd and Robert Glass yet to play. Gary Stevens, Colin Hutchinson just getting going. Ron Nakata, Shane Ash about to get going. Matt Moody and Adam Leake we're going to see live. Clinton Austin and Aaron Nicholas going to be getting going soon. Tom Wiley versus James Bailey. Howard Jones versus Adam Forsyth, and Dion Wyatt has got Brett Selger there. So, look, top list of some great names there and some new ones that we haven't seen before. And looks like they are just about to get underway. You can see JK up there ready to call. So we'll head on over to the live action on the stage with Matt Moody, Adam Leake.
That's fine.
They're throwing for bullseye.
He is a big unit.
He's a tall guy.
Both outside.
I was very interested to see how these guys react to going on stream.
Yeah, well, it can be quite daunting, even though the cameras and that don't make any noise. You're aware of its presence, and it can be off-putting for the players.
Yeah, and in this fantastic venue, they're actually on an elevated stage as well, so they are segregated from the rest of the players and people watching. So a little bit of extra pressure for these guys.
It certainly is. Well, it looks like Adam Leake has won the toss.
45.
45 kickoff. Not the greatest of starts for your first visit. Very sharp action.
55.
It's very hard, doesn't he?
Yeah, very forceful.
Yeah.
At the point of release.
This is a nice action. I like this one.
Yeah, looks like he's just leaning over and
Yeah.
placing them in, doesn't it?
Yeah, really tall guy.
Well, it was looking steady up until that last dart.
A little bit of a nervous start here from these guys.
I would say so because they haven't got to this point by playing as they're showing at the minute. So again, you'd have to say the situation they find themselves in, elevated stage, the camera, the lights, etc., it's playing its part.
I'm pretty certain they will find their feet shortly, and as they get used to the environment on the stage, and hopefully we'll see them throw to their potential.
Yeah, they should grow into the game. Generally, what tends to happen.
46.
But this first leg isn't setting the world alight. First two very, very steady, beautifully placed.
It's a bit better for Matt. That looks a bit steadier.
Can you follow it up? No. Maybe clip the flight, clip the barrel, snuck over into the 5, but a couple of 85s for Adam Leake in the leg.
Yeah, and look what he's left, Rocky.
He's left himself the Marlow, the big fish, 170.
46.
Good old Marlow. Hello, Dave, back in Sydney.
Yeah, we haven't forgotten you, mate. It's on. It's not on.
Oh, he was thinking about it, dropping.
You could see that. He gave a little jump, didn't he?
He's having a bit of a chuckle to himself as well.
Well, even though he's not played exceptionally well in this leg, he's given himself plenty of time. He's got a minimum 6. You has to be a minimum 6 if he needs it. Good first dart.
81.
Good second dart. That's a very clinical finish. 20 dart leg, not,
For your first time on stream this weekend, that's not too shabby.
it's not the best. You expect it will get quicker and better.
43.
He certainly looks the more composed of the two right now.
96.
I suppose it's a bit like a swan in water, isn't it? Very graceful on the surface, but underneath the little legs are going like clappers. That's probably how they're both feeling on the inside now. But they do look composed.
Yeah, both look pretty composed.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, well.
24.
Get that sort of throw out the system. Now it's done. It's onward and upward from there. That's a good switch from Moody. It's a very good switch from Moody.
135.
Yeah, that will make him feel a bit better.
Yeah, well, the 20s weren't working for him. Beautiful switch downstairs.
58.
And we'll only follow up with a 58. So Moody's certainly taking this leg by storm. Again, look at this.
95.
Very decent darts.
Good tactical switch to the 19s is certainly paying dividends to Matt right now.
It is. And that will put that little bit of doubt into Leake's mind. Unfortunately, after the Lord Mayor's show,
45.
he's sort of opened the door a wee bit for Leake. If he can get a decent treble here, which he has. Didn't follow it up. But he's left himself the Marlow again.
Left the Marlow again.
I reckon he fancies his chances on one of these. 2 in 2 legs.
45.
And you have to say, last time's attempt was he was a third of the way there.
He certainly was.
Just too high. Needs a good dart to set up.
41.
Drifting into the one, and opportunity here for Matt to get a leg on the board.
2 dart finish. Make that a 3 dart finish. Yeah.
80.
Unlucky.
Scored. Adam Leake coming in. Will start on the 19s.
You'd have to think he will. Yeah. 16 ball. Oh, he's gone next door. 555. Unlucky. But it does mean Moody will come back for double 8.
53.
It's very, very still before he throws.
16 in 2.
There it is. 23 dart leg. Again, not going to set the world alight, but that doesn't matter. Sometimes all that matters is a W at the end of the match. It means you move on.
Well, I can only imagine that the longer you go without getting a leg on the board on the stage, the pressure will build. So you will feel a lot better for that.
Again, he's found his rhythm down on the 19s.
133.
Fantastic grouping. That's not a bad kick off of the leg against the throw. 133.
Putting a little bit of pressure on young Adam.
60.
So they are pretty evenly matched as things are going. So it will be, who will be the first one to crack?
44.
See, Moody going back up in the 20s and not finding the range. Allowing Leak, well, back into the game, not...
27.
He hasn't taken the opportunity at all.
Bit wild. Maybe just feeling that bit of pressure now. And Matt has started to find a 60, which will be concerning for League.
85.
But again, a wayward last start. Wayward last start. First to 6, best of 11.
58.
If Moody can break the throw here, it will possibly pay massive dividends.
It's a crucial time of the
43.
game right here to break here. Set some doubts on your opponent.
Exactly. And that's what it's more about. It's not, right, I broke the throw, I'm 2-1 up, and I've got the throw now, but you're sowing those seeds.
Yep, that's
83.
Psychological seeds. It's being played at a good pace, Brocky. These guys are getting on with it.
Yeah, you do obviously like to see that. Like the name Macias on his shirt.
Yeah, nice. Nice bright red colourful shirt.
Yes. No green shirts this week, is there?
No, green shirts this week. Next week.
76.
It's slipped over into the 15. No, that's set up anyway. Awkward checkout 143. Not on now.
Yeah, we're just trying to make this small now because Matt's well placed.
27.
Very much. It's just gone off the ball completely. 32. On the wire.
18.
And on the wire, second to wire 2.
Has he got 20s or 19s, Brocky? What do you think?
I think he's got to go 20s. I would have thought he'd go 20s, but obviously, what would I know?
76.
Cheeky wanted to double 19.
Very, very cheeky.
And got it.
But if Moody loses this leg from here, he'll be absolutely ropeable.
16.
Well, he's allowed Adam a chance that he would not have been expecting.
No,
40
but he
and
needs
1.
to pounce, and he does. First up, bang. That's a leg that Moody should have tucked away. He should be leading 2-1. So now he's put the pressure back on himself.
back to those 19s.
I've served him well.
45.
Now he's starting to miss those. Can't leak. Step in.
30.
No. It seems to be if one throws a good score, the other does. If one throws a mediocre score, the other does. They're following each other. You often see that in darts.
It happens very naturally, I think. Yeah, you do see it in a lot of games.
57.
Again, not the best of visits.
This looks
But
good.
this is looking better.
125.
Better.
125.
What will Moody respond with?
41.
43? 41?
So Adam's still on the walk here with something decent.
58.
58. It's in the balance.
Well, unfortunately, the way Matt's throwing at the minute, 58 might be big enough to keep Leak in front.
38.
And it's not to detract from the player, of course. It just hasn't found his range. So 2 ahead plus these.
26.
Well, that's
26.
the half crown. That's just not good enough. With the greatest of respect, that is just not good enough. Against the reverse of the last
60.
leg, Moody should have won. Leak probably should win this leg. When he got himself in front, will we see Moody come back and reverse the situation? He's overthinking things.
72.
72. That's a nice pickup.
Yeah, good last
60 on the
start.
last start.
He still hasn't left himself a finish. So a big score here from Moody. Could set himself up.
26.
No. So Leak's got a minimum 6 to get 190. Decent first. Drifted with the second.
80.
Good thinking coming down. 110 it is too dark finish, but you would think that if he hit the triple 20, he wouldn't go
140.
for the ball.
Well, you would expect a big 18 or a 10,
Yep.
surely, Brocky, but
90 left.
he stayed there for double 15.
80.
And he's wired it.
94, very gettable for Moody.
See, I would have thought leaving himself 90, he would have gone triple 18.
He was obviously very comfortable with that first dart and decided to follow it.
Almost came off.
58.
So double 15 feet, double 18.
For a break of throw.
Oh, he's in next door.
Four.
Yeah, yeah.
Just a 4. 36 for Moody.
Double 9.
Oh, that's a big pull there.
No score.
Massive snatch.
And a big 26 coming in for Adam for the break.
He's gone inside. And he just snuck into the big one. Double 6.
26 in 3.
Looks like he's got last start.
Well, that's a leg he needed to win.
Yeah, and that's a
Basically.
crucial break. That Can we kick on from here?
And big shout out to everybody that's joined us on Facebook. Mel Cumming says, good afternoon, ladies and gents. Good afternoon to you, Mel Cumming. Kevin Parks checking us out. James Cole says, good to see DSL still going strong. Dave Hughes says, late happy birthday, Benny boy. Cheers, Davey. Bailey Jacobs says, hey, Benny. Jordan Lacey, Steve Hewitt, and a bunch of other people are checking us out live. So good to have you all along. Feel free to jump in the comments. We'll give you a bit of a shout out. And I'm joined in commentary with none other than Ian Dargan and Mickey Brock. Over to you, gents.
58.
Yes, well, all of those that are tuning in, there is a link on the page. If you want to buy the guys at DSL a beer, particularly for Benny's birthday yesterday, do feel free.
125.
That's a bit of a visit from Moody.
Certainly is. This is a very important leg for Moody. Goes without saying, really. But I don't think he can afford to go 4-1 down.
No, but it'd be massive if he can get the break back immediately.
Yes, absolutely.
G'day to Poppers Marcos, who's just jumped in.
He is still struggling with his length, particularly on the 20s.
76.
That's a better.
Picked up that one, yep.
But even in this leg, there's only one dart in it. One dart in the scores.
46.
How is the height difference between these two guys? I set up all the shots while Matt was warming up, and Adam come along and I was cutting his head off on most of them.
He is a really tall lad.
He's a big unit.
26.
But again, it just goes to show the diversity of darts. It doesn't matter what your stature is, you can still play. 80 scored, 174 left.
85.
I've often heard players say it's an advantage for dart players to be tall. You know, you got more reach and whatever. But I mean, Phil Taylor, Luke Littler, not big guys at all.
No, well, I
35.
try and veer away from that particular debate, because how can a small person or smaller person tell you what it's like to be a bigger person throwing, and vice versa?
True.
It's one of those very, very strange
57.
questions that really there is no true answer to.
I have noticed that the more portly players seem to be a little bit more planted on the oche. They seem to have a bit more to throw against, if you like. They're a bit more ballast. But each to their own. What do you do? Play with what you got.
Again, it comes down to, what is the perfect dart throw, and the simple answer to that is the one that works for you. Because every player has their own way of throwing, their own stance,
56.
their own way of throwing. Even though it's a very simple game, in supposedly in reality difficult to play, but it's supposed to be an easy game. But everybody's different. If it works for you, that's the perfect throw.
Crucial part
52.
here. 56 for a 4-1 lead. This could be it could be huge, Brocky. This.
Well, if Leek does get it, if he does take it out, then you can't see him losing the match. With the greatest respect
16.
to Matt Moody.
Tops now for Moody.
Oh, just under. He's done the Aussie. He's gone down under.
40 and 2.
It up.
No, I can't believe he needed that break back immediately. So he's got the walk in this to level it up. Nip and tuck this one. Nip and tuck.
It's enjoyable because these guys are fighting really hard.
I think they're putting on a very entertaining performance.
$45.
Of course, the opportunity to pick up more points for ADC
97.
Oceania, and the possibility of going over to represent themselves and Australia at the Motor Super Series. There's a lot at stake. Oh, this is lovely.
140.
I still haven't got the 180, but
Very
140.
timely 140.
Very tidy. Thing is, a 180 or 140 is it's only as good as your next set of
93.
darts.
Yep, you've got to follow it.
You have to. So even if it was a playing
45.
score of 60, average it out, that's 102 walks each one. You walk up, you take 100 every day of the week.
Yep, absolutely.
$40.
Go over a minute, four straight hundreds in your 4 walks, you're on a possible 15 data.
Level scores here, apart obviously from the leg difference.
43.
Same score on the board.
You've only 43 from Moody. Leek has got a jump on this. Looks like he might do.
Go for
76.
the bullseye. Yep. Good thinking. Great thinking.
126.
25 would have left the big fish.
Yep, it would have left the Marlow, which he has been quite keen to do.
100.
And to be fair, if Iron Problem does take out at 170, it'd be nice to see a little bit of Hollywood.
It certainly would.
Right idea, wrong application. Nice pick up at the end. Bag of nails, that one. That's right. 62, 10, you would imagine.
Oh, there you go. He went to James Wade shot.
Well, 22 scored, left himself tops,
42.
and pulled it. So really coming back for 90. Will he go 54-36?
He should really go triple 20, but it's whatever he's comfortable with.
Yep, that's what he tried. Another one of those. Bull. Oh, good effort. Good effort.
59.
So Leek coming back for double 10. Like a 4-1 lead. 4-2 lead. He thought that was it. He was about to walk then.
Big dart here. Oh,
23 darts.
Again.
Yeah, pressure shot. So 4-2. Opportunity now to go 5-2 up with the walk. I think he's blocked himself. Yep, he's come down.
48.
I'm actually really impressed by Matt Moody's fighting spirit.
He's
95.
deadly on that triple 19.
And it does make you wonder why he hasn't stayed there, why he's going straight up to the 20s. When they've not been working for him, but the 19's out.
100.
Yeah.
83.
And bit of support in the comments there. Jarks Wadey says, come on, Adam Leake. Brody Little says, come on, Matty. Let us know in the comments who you're barracking for.
Yeah, you can duke it out online.
76.
Is he straight over there?
47.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity for Leek now to stamp his authority on this game.
Well, he needs to pounce,
30.
and that isn't going to cut it. It's allowing Moody back in. He's had his little foray down south. He's going back north
140.
with some very, very decent result. Puts him firmly in command of the leg. Leak over a ton back.
57.
Yeah, so Moody with 6 darts, 2 for the 4th consecutive break of throw.
It's bizarre how matches go that way. You can't win with the walk.
And for those of you at home that are wondering what that rattling sound is
96.
when the darts land, we're not sure. We're going to wait till this game's over. It wasn't doing it before, so we'll figure that one out. Something vibrating up there.
48.
It's either that or the velocity, the noise the darts are making, the velocity they're being thrown at. So whistle to the board.
Double 4.
No score.
Oh, he's busted.
Yeah, I think he deliberately bust that.
$84.
He's left
4.
4.
This has to go. You feel it has to go.
No score called by your referee, John Kiley.
Can Adam put the extra daylight in?
No score.
No, he can't. Speedy will come back for another go at Madhouse.
And there it is. Matt Moody does get over the line, and he's made it 4-3. And he has the walk.
He's got the walk to try and level that up again.
$57 start.
Not the worst start. But if things go according to the way of the match, it should be Adam Leake winning this leg.
That's been the trend, hasn't it? And Adam started with a nice steady ton.
Will effectively have stolen the walk now. 14 in front plus these.
Oh, we've had a bit of a reshuffle from John. Little confusion on the scoreboard there.
Aha, there you go. All right, well, he's 2 behind.
95.
95, so this is a good start to this leg.
Yeah, a ton, 95. Very steady. So he wins this, he'll be on the hill. He'll be on the cusp.
45.
First to 6, remember, best of 11.
Yeah, a second consecutive 45 from Matt. And Adam will be looking to jump all over this.
$46.
I mean, it is 1 point more than Moody scored. But what's the
95.
response going to be? Can Matt Moody break the sequence?
5.
259 plays 260. Leak obviously going to the
58.
Aussie now. Slips in a 58. So he's still marginally ahead in the leg. But again, there's only one dart difference.
133.
Oh, he's back on the 19s. By the looks of
Yes.
it, and
They've served him well,
that's a crucial shot.
particularly this stage of the game.
42.
Yes.
2 leaves a finish, but it's a big one.
126. That on the 19s?
Surely.
See
73.
what the score is. 73. Yeah, okay.
So big ask from Madam here. Obviously capable, but it's a big ask under pressure.
Well, it'd probably be
On
one of
40.
the top checkouts of the day.
Oh, and he 140 to leave 20. Bit of pressure on Matt now.
He's gone for a single 13, hit a double. Doing a bit of mental gymnastics there.
Leaving 27.
Yeah, it's an awkward one, 27.
37.
Let's let this up double 8 if he comes back. Nick on double 10.
$20-1.
And he's done it. He's done it. So he's gone 5-2 up. So he's on the hill.
And throwing for the match.
Yeah, he's got the walk. So I think other than the legs 1 and
20.
2, everything's gone against the throw.
They absolutely have.
Pretty much.
And next up on stream, ladies and gents, going to have Carl Caton and Lindsay Hajiali. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with either of those chaps. Carl's played a little bit in DPA and stuff, but Lindsay, been around
57.
a fair while for Western Australia. Great player, and going to be awesome to see him on the stream.
Yeah, I watched a couple of legs of his earlier today, and very impressive.
65.
Carl, I've seen play a number of times. Oh, but that should be a game with a little bit of fire in it.
They'll know each other pretty well anyway, so that we'll look forward to that one.
77.
Always seeing a little bit of white line fever from Adam Leake. You can see the finishing line. He's just
80.
struggling to get over it. That's better. The scores have been going up in this leg. 20, 65, 80.
$29.
Oh, that's not going to help.
And it's 2 points, isn't it? 338 v 336.
40.
40. Yeah, you might be onto something, Brocky. Maybe there is a little bit of nerves.
It's strange how that
97.
can affect people. When you're that far ahead in legs, but you struggle to get over the line. You see it with PDC. You see it in every tournament anywhere in the world.
26.
Oh. 26 from Adam Leake, just struggling a little bit in this leg.
95.
Yes, and is way behind in this leg.
$60.
Needs a big score.
speed from Adam.
You feel not enough. You say just the 60, but you feel just not enough in the circumstances.
98.
Particularly when Matt comes back with a 98 at you, leaves himself 48.
So there's not much Adam can do here except
140.
pick off a big score, leave himself. Well, he has done. He's left well, just enough to make Matthew think about this.
Well, it's put a little bit of pressure on. 48, a number that I think just about every player
48
loves.
in 3.
You can go 8 tops, you can go 16 double, but he's taking it out. So 4-3, 5-4.
That was actually another break of throw, Brocky.
And g'day to Danny Porter, who's jumped on the stream to watch the proceedings.
22.
Came runner-up over in New Zealand last week to Ben Robb. And he says, come on, Adam Leake. Bailey Jacobs from Queensland jumps in, says, hey, DSL team. G'day to you, Bailey. Great young player for Queensland.
1, 2, 3.
Danny tuning in, playing some superb darts himself at the moment. Shout out to Danny.
It's nice to see him coming back into some form, playing the game that we know he can play. But again, against the throw.
31.
Matt leads off with a 22. Adam comes in with a 1-2-3. Against the throw.
It's been one of those games, Brocky.
I think we're living in a parallel universe here.
100.
Making it very exciting.
Yeah, 1-2-3, followed by a ton. 278 after 6.
135.
That's a better response from Matt. 135. Still behind in the leg.
Plus these, he doesn't have
58.
much margin for error now, Matt, with Adam just needing one more leg.
Well, it's every leg now for Matt Moody is a final leg.
He's going to win the last two, isn't he? So every shot there's that extra
46.
little bit of pressure on him.
But if it goes 5-5, then it's too difficult to call a winner.
50.
He's left to 170 again. He couldn't, could he?
He's going up with the Marlowe. He wants the Marlowe Award. Big fish.
43. Sorry, 59.
And we've got Big Fish Cam on hand. Boom.
Trying to take you out. The 170,
100.
Big Fish. The Marlowe.
No, he's got a steady ton. He's got quite a good lead in this final, well, maybe a final leg.
You
125.
You would think final leg, but he was so far ahead in one of his games before, one of the legs before, and Moody just whittled away.
Triple
And he's
10 is
trying to
good
watch
for
his
tops.
Tops for the match.
50.
50. So 75 should be starting on the triple 17.
It's trying to second guess now, though, isn't it?
35.
He's let himself he does like tops.
3 clear for Adam for the match.
Well, that was barely a 10.
15.
The pressure. It's the pressure.
Left 5. And are we hitting for a decider?
I would say it's going all the way. But I have been proven wrong before. So
30.
30 scored. That last double, it's always the hardest one to collect.
1.
They're coming in for double 5 to level things up and take us into a tie break.
No score.
Was he thinking 2-4 then, or a miscount? I'm not sure.
Really trying to second guess what these guys, everyone's got their own way of doing things, and it's not always the recognised way of doing it.
Double 1 left now for Adam Leake.
No score.
Double 2 for Leake. Double 5 for Moody.
Five.
And he's popped inside with his last dart. So Leake to take out the match. Double 2.
4 in 1.
That's it.
And he's done it.
He's through.
And he certainly knows he's doing a tough game now. In the match. But I think both players have been slightly dirty on themselves that they haven't perhaps produced the best darts of the day that we know that they can play.
No, that's right. And I guess going right back to the start, Rocky, these guys they're probably new to the stream and maybe not quite so comfortable. So Adam will be relieved to be through, and we'll see him in the last 16.
See him later on. Yes, in the last 16. And looking forward to the next game. Carl Caton and Lindsay Hadji-Ali.
Yes, that's an exciting one. A battle of the Western Australians.
Yeah, a couple of blokes that I'm really glad to see on stream and head-to-head. Going to be a quality game. Stick around, dart fans. We'll be back very soon with some more live darting action. ADC Oceania open up the 2024 tour. $10,000 prize money up for grabs in one super weekend of darts. Stream live from the Stirling Adriatic Centre, WA. Top players from around the country will join WA Stars to hit the Ocky. The winner of each day will clean up $1,000, and the winner of the weekend will get a coveted spot to play for a week in the Motor Super Series in the UK. With prize money on the weekend paid out all the way down to the top 32 players. Play in one or all of the events. Straight knockout Friday night, round robin into knockout Saturday and Sunday. A massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters, Dartstream Live, ADC and Dosh. ADC Oceania Open Up 2024 tour. $10,000 prize money up for grabs in one super weekend of darts. Streamed live from the Sterling Adriatic Centre, WA. Top players from around the country will join WA stars to hit the Ockie. The winner of each day will clean up $1,000 and the winner of the weekend will get a coveted spot to play for a week in the Motor Super Series in the UK. With prize money on the weekend paid out all the way down to the top 32 players. Play in one or all of the events. Straight knockout Friday night, round robin into knockout Saturday and Sunday. A massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters, Dartstream Live, ADC and Doc. ADC Oceania Open Up 2024 tour. $10,000 prize money up for grabs in one super weekend of darts. Streamed live from the Sterling Adriatic Centre, WA. Top players from around the country will join WA stars to hit the Ockie. The winner of each day will clean up $1,000 and the winner of the weekend will get a coveted spot to play for a week in the Motor Super Series in the UK. With prize money on the weekend paid out all the way down to the top 32 players. Play in one or all of the events. Straight knockout Friday night, round robin into knockout Saturday and Sunday. A massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters, Dartstream Live, ADC and Doc. And I believe they are bulling up as we speak. Mickey Brock, going to be one to watch. We'll bring it up. We might as well watch them bull up, hey?
Oh, I reckon so. No, it's going to be the left-handed Carl Caton to lead off. Very confident first out.
85.
Slipped over with the third, but 85, that's not too foul. Now, I was watching Lindsay earlier, and it's a lovely throw. He does, on some of his throws, he does have that little kickback foot. Not every time.
$96.
Good pick up last start there from Carl. Very solid grip
32.
on the dart from Lindsay. Nice action.
$60.
Carl at times Peyton looks at times a bit snatchy at the release. Lindsay, lovely follow through. Very steady.
Lindsay's last score was the 32.
So I want the 60 on before that one. Should be on me. 16.
There seems to be a little bit of a conundrum up on stage.
Lindsay's last one was so it's not a 60.
Not sure what the issue is.
And
Just missed score. Sometimes the
Also, his last score was.
no,
sometimes if there's an internet
you will take
glitch
that
in
60
the
off,
scoring
32
device,
there.
It doesn't register.
yeah, or it puts two scores on one dude's side for some reason, and then when you refresh and it all comes back. Usually, it's the go, I believe.
Isn't technology wonderful?
100.
We're back on course now. Kane seems to have regathered his composure.
85.
Hasn't left himself in a finish. Haji Ali will need at least 2 triples to get down. He's found the first one.
85.
Snatched and pulled the last out. So 175 plays 189 after 12. Caton looking to set up. Coming down the board. Oh dear. Not what he had in mind. Not what he had in mind at all.
$60.
60 steady enough. Letting Caton know that he's on his shoulder. Well, the 156 isn't going. You put a big dent in it.
60.
45.
Sorry.
Check 45.
45.
Not enough, you wouldn't think.
And we're talking about the difference of what happens when you jump on the stream board, and it's probably more of a big deal in this situation, Mickey, because they're
104.
not only on a stream board, they're up on a stage, elevated. There's all the lights, cameras, and action up there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a little more out of their comfort zone.
Oh, without doubt. I mean, we've obviously seen Caton on stream before. Haji Ali, no. Haven't seen him. Haven't seen him on the stream. So it's always daunting, because even as we pointed out earlier, even though there's no noise from the cameras or anything like that, you still feel that it's
25 outshot.
that someone's watching you. It's a strange feeling. Oh, trouble with the microphone. Bailey gets himself on cam. Good young kid.
Second leg, Lindsay to throw first.
Oh, now we got a microphone.
Now we haven't. Haji won that one against the throw. First 180 that we've had on stream tonight. As I said, I'm very impressed when I watched Lindsay for a few games this afternoon.
And I'm pretty sure that's Tom Wiley calling there, and he just got that mic going in time to call his first 180. How's that? Love it.
Big Deck steps in at the right time yet again. It's all down to Deck. But again, as I said earlier, you hit a 180 or a 140, it's only as good as your next 3 darts. And a ton's not a bad way to follow up a 180. 221 after 6.
60.
So 60 is it's steady. Yeah, needed that one with the last. He's left himself a finish. It's a toughie. Ton 40, but he's got time. Can't get right back into the lipstick.
140.
Lovely darts. But Haji Ali still has a minimum 6 from here. And he will need them. First start wayward, he's got to come down, you'd think.
66.
Thought he would have come down. Caton in again.
$140.
Oh, that's putting the pressure on.
74.
Went for the big 14.
$74 on the board.
And he's taking it out on the ball. Well, that's a lovely finish. First start didn't go where he wanted. He had to alter, change what he was thinking, finished on the ball. Take a 2-0 lead. Certainly showing his adaptability there.
58.
Let's see whether that will rattle Carl Caton. People say, oh, it was only 74, but to have to change your thinking and then finish on the ball, fair play to the boy. Excellent.
$99.
Lovely steady throw, fluent.
83.
Very little can go wrong with that type of action.
$44.
And Carl now starting to just slightly overextend. Tightening up, it's just not releasing the dart cleanly.
$76.
Needs a biggie. He's going to look for the biggie. How often does that happen?
120.
120 and 60 on the floor. How often does that happen? Things just seem to transpire and go against you. Every darty says it. It's happened to all of us over the years.
$100.
Well, he's on a finish. Caton can only set up. Drag the first out wide.
$44. You require 157.
This would be a check out and a half. Yeah, not going to happen. Likely to stay up there.
60. Karen, you require 136.
Absolutely hugging that top wire there, Lindsay. Haji Ali Leaves 97. Carl Caton now 136 to rip. He's not going to do it.
It's always a big ask. And he's dragging the darts now. You can see that the pressure is on him. 97. Surely got to go 57 tops. He's just above.
$57. You require 110.
You feel this has to go to get Caton back into the match. Well, interesting.
60.
Give it a shot.
You require 40.
Actually, Ali's looked pretty deadly on these.
In one.
And he's proven it again. 3-0 lead. Probably why he has the name Destroyer on his shirt. I think he will be leading off leg 4.
Carl to throw first. Lindsay to throw first.
The poor old referee. He must feel like they're having a lend on him. A fantastic job being done by all the guys on the scoring and with the match referee as well. They're doing it for the love of the game. All the right reasons.
41.
And Tom's a regular, Tom the caller, regular Friday night Dosh Adriatic player. They have an open comp. Anyone can come down on a Friday night, $20 in, $200 for the winner, guaranteed. And it's a great night of darts.
Any night of darts is a great night of darts. Whether it be social, whether it be comp.
$81.
Of course, that is streamed on Dartstream Live, I believe.
It is, mate.
Because WA is definitely a hotbed of darts. There are some fantastic players. A lot of them, obviously, they don't travel outside of WA for tournaments and things, but the depth of player here, as we're witnessing, is quite breathtaking.
36. $91.
Yep. Carlos just slowed his action down a little bit to try and compose himself.
$60.
I think Lindsay's done the same. Mirroring each other at the minute. Except on the scoreboard. 3-0. Lindsay Haji Ali.
60.
Over Carl Caton. Race to 6. Best of 11. He's halfway there.
$45. Carl, you require 150.
It doesn't matter who the player is. You love to see these big scores get checked. It's not going to be.
$26.
Most of the time we don't expect it to be. But we always have that little bit of anticipation, hoping, see the big checkout.
100. Carl, you require 124.
54 ball.
56. Lindsay, you require 138.
38. Awkward. 138. Awkward shot. Not going to go now.
$45. Carl, you require 68.
68. Yeah, 48 to pop. 8 till 16.
Game shot.
Nice check. Last dart in hand. Reduces it to 3-1.
And g'day to Stefan Martinet,
Carl can throw first.
all the way from the Netherlands, jumping in to say g'day. Good on you, mate. And Gary Guide Spencer says, nice call on Tommy. Absolutely. He's working that microphone. Danny Porter says, need highlights during the breaks.
123.
Great idea. Bit of a pain in the ass to do. Like, there's not really anyone that's not too busy to do that. I can grab them, I suppose, but yeah, probably not going to happen. I've got too much going on in the breaks to organise to get highlights up.
It's a thankless task at times for you guys, but you make
60.
life so incredibly easy for someone like me who's just a gob on a stick.
Yes, it's not like there's a camera operator sitting behind every camera.
No, people don't realise the amount of equipment, the wiring, the
100.
lighting, any little technical hitch. How much work you guys put into producing this? And let's be fair, this is pretty damn good coverage.
140.
95.
Yeah,
Check 95.
Yes, I was going to say we can't have a.
He called it
Can't have a
convincingly
Mr.
enough,
Searle
but
Yeah, we can't have a Mr. Searle incident.
so they've actually adopted a new little method up there on the stage. So the caller calls the score,
45.
and the chalker is sitting off the stage, just punching it in, and it comes up on the scoreboard for the players to see, the audience to see. They've got a tablet up there next to them. Well, a big tablet, actually, a little mini screen.
See, all these advances.
70.
And
85.
hello to Darren Hanson. Says good evening to you, mate.
Yes, we do welcome all of our viewers. We're very privileged to have
100.
you on board. Well, that's the 38, I believe.
58.
It is. He's left himself 80. He's got time. Lindsay back on 211.
$60. Carol, you require 80.
Hollywood it. Top. More traditional route. Now it stops.
41.
Dragged it.
Oh, that's
You
frustrating.
require 151.
Maybe should have gone tops. 151's not going. He could leave himself very handily placed.
$98.
Look at Tommy, cool as you like, standing back near the table.
If he was any more laid back, he'd be in a sun lounger. 32 for Kate, double 16.
Into.
Lynx it first out. Or first attempt. Just it to 3-2. He's having a little mid-game break, it seems.
45.
He's going searching for the doubles, for the trebles, and he's just not finding them.
$100.
Caton's certainly grown into the match. There's no two ways about that. Lindsay's starting like a house on fire. But being reeled in.
45.
Great opportunity here for Caton to steal the walk.
$80.
Another one on the floor. In fairness, I think he bounced out a 111. But every point is crucial.
And Lewis Smales in the comments says, Mr. Tom Wiley's a natural at PDC in need of a caller, question mark. I'll tell you what, he's grown into the role pretty quickly.
42.
And he looks like he's enjoying himself. That's important.
The voice sounds great, mate. His mic technique is bang on. Can't fault it.
26.
Oh,
A few missed calls, but, you know. What the hell?
Yeah, but you can't have everything. Beautiful
Well,
lilting brogue.
If we, if we judged ourselves on our mistakes, I'd be nowhere, Brocky. I'm Mr. Mistake.
I could do with a steak myself.
100.
Well, we all make mistakes. We all stuff up sooner or later.
Oh, what a cracking shot there.
125.
To leave the big fish, 170, drops down, picks up that 45 on the treble 15. And Lindsay now 269. It's tough to leave a finish from 269.
Oh,
This is a good way to do it.
Well,
This is one way of doing it. Stays up there.
Yeah, well, you know, commentator's curse. Very difficult to leave yourself a finish. Just in or above?
Just above.
Above.
58.
Well, we haven't seen the Marlowe taken out this week so far. Well, 2 tournaments anyway. It would be perfect to see.
And Stefan Martinet asked the question, do they play with Dark Connect? No, they don't, Stefan. It's an ADC event, and ADC exclusively use Dart Atlas.
36. Carol, you require 112.
And a g'day to Timmy Matthews from Manjimup. Caught up with Tim briefly this morning. Didn't have a whole bunch of time to yak to people, but good to see you, mate. That's in for 32.
96.
I think that's the first attempt at a double he's missed. I think he should be around about 66, 67% on his doubles. 2 for 3.
The fat 13 goes for tops for Lindsay Hadjiali. And that one is on top of the wire.
13. Carol, you require 16.
Well, he's going to kick himself if Caton takes this.
In 2.
Well, it's happening now. It's levelled it up. Effectively,
Carlton throw first.
best of 5 legs now. Caton will have the walk. There's some more issues with the microphone.
No, I don't think it is. I'm not sure what they're discussing. I can hear bits and pieces, but
They should be not having a mid-game break.
Tom Wiley's about falling over laughing. Oh, made for this job. Well, they're just having a break. Maybe one of them's gone to the toilet.
Yes, sorry, I'm popping in. Lindsay has had to duck off to the little boys' room, so we'll be back in a few minutes.
And speaking of little boys, he is anything but. He's a giant of a man, a big beast. And I think Carl Caton's about 6 foot, so you can see Lindsay towering above him. And as he walks into the urinal, you will watch men part either side.
Yeah, so many things that could be said that will remain speechless.
Danny Porter says, with ADC, you can drink while you play. Good point. And Stephen Martin says, game on! Dino Aldridge, love your work, Benny. Tim Matthews, super darts, boys.
Just in the background there, the list of prize money that's on offer of these tournaments. It's not too late to play tomorrow. Need to have your names in by 9:30 for a 10 o'clock kickoff, I think it is, tomorrow morning. So if you're enjoying watching, why don't you come down and give it a go? More the merrier.
Yeah, absolutely. Still spots available tomorrow. It's an open competition. Anyone can join in. And
I believe it was 57 entrants today. And it's 57 quality entrants. I think Perth does hold the record. Last time we was here on the Saturday, I think we had 104 or 106 turned up for the Saturday tournament. Massive turnout, massive appreciation to not only those that flew in from the other states, but WA getting behind and supporting it. Because it's like everything else. Use it or lose it. And we're back to the action.
Exactly yeah, no, exactly, Brocky. There's no shortage of whinging dart players out there. And one of the biggest complaints is that there's nothing on. There's no money in it. There's nothing, nothing to win. And these people, ADC, put on this comp, raised the money to give a decent prize pool, $10,000, and turn up. And they have. They have turned up.
They have. They're voting with their feet, and that's always a good thing to see. Of course, the golden carrot, if you will, if you're fortunate enough to win certain tournaments, or you garner enough points in the ADC Oceania season, you get the opportunity to go over to Portsmouth and play in the Motor Super Series, which a number of our guys have done. 60. I am looking forward to the day when one of our lady players actually does make take that opportunity for themselves, because again, you go over there. If you were to win your week, then you would go to the Champion of Champions week, where there's £20,000 on offer. Of course, the guru, Ray Smith, did actually take out that title a couple of years ago. So we're not talking a lightweight tournament. Opportunities are there.
Yeah, absolutely. And g'day to everybody that's joined us on Dartstream Live. Kevin Dunn, I should say. Dunny's there. And my old mate Kenny Stir. G'day, Stirry. Good to see you jumping in for a look.
You'll have them switching off if you keep switching me on the screen. Far better off looking at these fine young athletes.
100.
Yeah, nip and tuck this leg.
We can see it's in from here, mate.
Yeah, 65 scored. He's thinking about what he wants to leave.
82.
He's left 160. Tuna Mornay's jumping in. G'day, Mornay Hansen. How you going, lads? Good to see you, Benny and Brocky.
Well, fine fellow. I've always said so.
$43.
Oh,
Karen, you acquired
that last
160.
out wide.
The little
160.
fish.
Yeah, Tiddler.
He's in.
It's on.
Oh, that one sprays into the 3. Kisses off the barrel to the right-hand side.
82.
At times when you enjoy that little kiss, that wasn't one of them. We'll come back for the 78. What can Lindsay leave himself? I think he's dragged that one into the 5.
85. Karen, you acquired
Not too bad.
78.
Not too bad. A little tap on the shoulder for Caton.
He's going 54-24. The treble 18 doesn't go. 74 now, probably going to go 14s. Goes across, picks up the treble 14, down for 32.
46.
Just under. Just under again. He's done the Aussie. Gone down under. Lindsay coming back for 109. It's not going to go now.
$41. Karen, you acquired 32.
68. Green's been quite lethal on this double 16 when he's left himself that particular double. He's dragged that. For someone that was so accurate with his doubling, those are
Double
two
8.
poor darts.
16. Lindsay, you acquire 68.
So it's allowing Haji Ali back in. 68. Will he go for the 20s? He does.
Every day of the
48
week.
left. Double it to finish.
Boom.
68 out.
Last dart in hand. 68 clean up.
Lindsay to throw first.
Leads 4-3 and has the walk. Carla's got such a placid demeanour whenever he's talking to him. Great sense of humour, a Manchester boy, but he'll be absolutely ropeable inside. Not taking out that leg.
140.
That's a great lead off.
God, I love that voice. Tom Wiley. You're getting us all excited back here, mate.
81.
Lovely lilting rogue. We're blessed with quality players, quality callers, quality referees.
Shame they couldn't get some commentators.
Oh, they're working on it.
95.
They said they wanted the best man for the job. And when he wasn't available, they said, Brocky, can you step in?
82.
Yes, good last out. And needed it. But when we see Lindsay take out the match the way he started it, 3 legs, bang, bang, bang.
$60.
Still been enough daylight between himself and Caton. Oh, this is better.
He's in and he's in.
140.
Pulled the last one down.
A little bit frustrated. I think he felt like that was a gimme, that dart, but didn't quite go for him.
There's times when it leaves your hand and you think, oh, that's it, and then it dips.
100.
And when you consider it takes less than a second for the dart to leave your hand and hit the board, you know, there's an awful lot of thinking goes on in that short space of time.
58. Lindsay, you require 106.
I wouldn't be surprised to see it go. I would be now.
Oh, it picks up the 45 last dart to leave himself tops. Carl Caton on a ton. 3 straight darts to level up, or 2 straight darts to level up.
It was great board management.
140.
It seems to be a little bit of a dispute over the scores.
60's good. Another one of those for double 10. Oh, and it's a frustration.
Sprayed it wide.
Oh, Caton takes a bow, comes back to recover.
100.
Does pick up the 25 to leave tops. 40 apiece. Lindsay Hadjiali at the oche. He's got a sight on it. First dart, top wire. Second dart, top wire.
Can he get in underneath?
Third dart is in the hole.
Wow. That was a good leg of darts.
Throw first.
5-3 Haji Ali leads. Caton has to win every leg from here. Can't afford any more slip-ups. This is game starting to gather momentum again.
45.
As he did when he started the match. 3-0, quick succession. Great fight back by Carl Caton. But Haji Ali just started to pick up the pace again. Beautiful first dart. Begging for a mate to join it. And it has.
140.
Yeah, good darts, good darts. Caton knows he's really up against it here. And that's shown. He's dragged both of those into a single one.
5.
Yeah, it's one of those throws. It happens now and again. You can't let it destroy your thinking. You just got to forget about that as rapidly as possible. But Lindsay Hadjiali follows it up straight in with the 60, straight over into triple
135.
140, 135.
Carl's up.
Massive.
Carl is up against it now. Puts that one in the hole. Middles it. Lobs above.
68. 83.
Caller seems to be having a bit of fun. Great first out again. Stay up. Go for
100.
Yeah, look, can't really fault that. Stay up there, or could have perhaps come down for a 51 or a 57, perhaps.
100. Lindsay, you require 81.
57's in. 24 to rip. Inside. Double 6 now.
69.
He knows he's coming back, so he was fairly safe with that, leaving it quite away, quite a distance outside the 6. Yes, unfortunately, back-to-back chance for Carpentry, but too little, too late. 12 to pop. Inside. Will he split? Went straight for it, got it.
And the match.
What a cracking game of darts. 6-3, Lindsay Hargiali. First time we've had a look at him on stream.
That is such a good
made a bit of a fight of it in the middle part of the match, but Lindsay Hargiali coming through. Took the first 3 legs, took the last 3 legs. Great game of darts.
Yeah, absolutely. Great to watch. And, first time on stream for Lindsay. He pulled me up at the States not so long ago and just said, mate, love what you guys do. And I was well, we've never seen you on here, Lindsay. Love to get you on stream. And all our wishes came true today. Mickey Brock.
Yeah, what an absolute pleasure to watch him play and to be able to call it. But you can see there's something about the way he plays, the way he approaches the hockey. Obviously very serious darts player, but great personality. As I said, watched him earlier today, so to see him on screen, absolutely fantastic. And a good game, a fantastic game. Yeah,
100%. And, well, we're going to probably be seeing more of him because he's won that one through. What I am going to do, Mickey, is just see if I can duck over and have a quick look at the draw, see what's going on there. I'm sure I can. It's just a matter of...
You are the technical wizard.
Getting my brain around it. Take a second. She's disappeared with the old restart there. So,
so I shall,
see if she comes on.
I shall take the opportunity before we get into the next game to, again, visit the little boys' room.
No problems at all, Mick. I'll run through this. So Tim Pusey is going to be taking on Lindsay Hargiali up next in the quarterfinal. Dave Platt, Dave Burke. That's going to be a great game. Brenton Lloyd, Adam Leake, James Bailey, Dion Wyatt. So what a great mixed bag field. There's a few West Aussies. Dion Wyatt, never seen on stream before. Great player, young guy, used to play for Australia, state player. Brenton Lloyd, likewise. Also ripping it up in the DPA and has got a spot in the World Series, the Masters, when the big boys come over. Plays Adam Leake, Dave Platt and Dave Burke. Berkey, we haven't seen a whole bunch on stream. He played in Friday night the other week, got him up there, and he won the week. So great player, another sort of underrated player in West Australia, if you like, that can do big things. We've seen him play absolutely spectacularly, and so not sure who we're going to have up next on stream, but I am going to take a short break and be back soon, Dart fans, with next game. ADC Oceania open up the 2024 tour. $10,000 prize money up for grabs in one super weekend of darts. Stream live from the Stirling Adriatic Centre, WA. Top players from around the country will join WA stars to hit the hockey. The winner of each day will clean up $1,000, and the winner of the weekend will get a coveted spot to play for a week in the Motor Super Series in the UK. With prize money on the weekend paid out all the way down to the top 32 players. Play in one or all of the events. Straight knockout Friday night, round robin into knockout Saturday and Sunday. A massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters, Dartstream Live, ADC and Dosh. Oceania open up the 2024 tour. $10,000 prize money up for grabs in one super weekend of darts. Streamed live from the Stirling Adriatic Centre, WA. Top players from around the country will join WA stars to hit the Ockie. Winner of each day will clean up $1,000 and the winner of the weekend will get a coveted spot to play for a week in the Motor Super Series in the UK. With prize money on the weekend paid out all the way down to the top 32 players. Play in one or all of the events. Straight knockout Friday night, round robin into knockout Saturday and Sunday. A massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters, Dartstream Live, ADC and Dosh. And looks like we've just about got our next game up. It is going to be James Bailey versus Dion Wyatt. Going to be a cracker. Haven't had Dion on the stream before, and great young player. Been up and down a bit, but when he's hot, he is red hot. And special thanks to Danny Porter, who chucked $10 in the PayPal account for a happy birthday, Ben. If you want to be a legend like Danny Porter, then you'll find the link down the bottom of the comments there. Just click on it. PayPal me, DSL comps. Just put in an amount. Shoot us a few bucks. Buy a beer. Why not? Only if you want to. Not scabbing. And looks like they might be bulling up already. So we'll...
Leon for first. Game on.
It is game on. Got it just in time.
$125.
The bull, James Bailey, sponsor of Dartstream Live, Bailey Carpentry Services, and also just happens to be Declan's old man and a mate of mine.
92.
Well, Dion looks focused. His West Australian state shirt on.
100.
Made states for West Australia last year.
Against the legend that is James Bailey. Not just a top bloke, a top dart player, and a massive supporter of darts organisations as well.
Sponsor of Mickey Brock and Darts Down Under as well, isn't he?
He is indeed. Very privileged to have him as one of my sponsors. Of course, he does an awful lot with DSL too. So we can't show any bias. But this is typical of Jimbo. He does tend to start a game slowly, but he comes home like a steam train. Not sure I've actually seen Dion Wyatt play before.
30.
I do try to walk the floor during the day and look at players, look at their actions.
Well, Wyatt is Wyatt's a big name in Western Australian darts. He's, I think, going right back to Dion's grandfather.
Always nice when you've got that dynasty. It's what we don't have enough of in Australia is the dart dynasties. And the ones that are out there, they don't get the coverage they ought to.
Oh, that's a nice start from James. Boom, another one. Stays on it.
Thank you very much.
Dion, you require 118.
Second 180 on stream today. Or is it the third?
I think the third at least, Mickey.
See, I can't count very high. That's my problem.
58.
Oh, unlucky there.
Dion, you require
dragged
78.
dragged it under. Dion to come back for 78 to take a 1-0 lead.
20 for tops.
58.
Dragged it down hardcore.
James, you require 4.
That was a snatch and a half.
Game shot in the first leg.
Yeah,
James
typical
Bailey.
James Bailey. Typical James Bailey. Don't leave an
Second leg,
opportunity.
James to throw first.
And that is Harvey Mail on the caller mic.
Yes, another fine caller.
80.
Would have been lovely to have Lewis Kirk on the calls today. He's a fantastic caller,
100.
as is Matt Woodbury down there in Tasmania. I will always call him the best in the business. He really wanted to be here
60.
for these tournaments, but unfortunately couldn't make it.
$60.
I suppose for the actual caller, it's a bit of a gilt-edged sword, because that they're still involved with the game, but it does mean they're out of the competition. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
57. $100.
Nice pick up last start. But James, when he's in full flow, it's a joy to behold.
100.
This is very solid from Dion.
80.
It's a great first start. I couldn't follow it up, unfortunately for him. But he has left to finish. James not on one. Put a big dent in it though.
95.
And he has done.
The only require 161.
Start on tops. 20s, I should say.
60. James require 109.
Saw James take out a 155 in a tournament up in Pine Rivers. One of the most awkward checkouts.
89.
60,
The only
57,
require
38.
101.
Beautiful to watch. Also very big in the soft tip arena, this James Bailey.
77. James require 20.
Cracking effort for the 101 there, D and White. Just misses double 12 for the 24. Inside for the bull. The bull being James Bailey, not the bull. Double 5. And
James
that
shot
one's
the
in
second
the hole.
leg. James Bailey.
Picks it up, last out in hand.
Third leg, D on the throw first.
2-0 lead.
And both legs he had a chance to check out.
60.
It's one of those games. You miss, I hit. You got the opportunity, you take it, or I'm having it. Yeah.
85.
Bailey starting to find his rhythm.
$81.
Good recovery there from Wyatt.
$100.
I know we say this virtually every stream we do, but left-handed players always look, generally tend to look awkward to the majority who are right-handed.
60.
But James Bailey's throw is so beautiful and measured, smooth. can tell. There's always the tells when things aren't
96.
going quite the way players want. They start to put that little bit of extra shoulder into the throw. Yeah,
100.
steady, very steady.
$80.
Some 40 left. He will come back for it. Yeah, good second
69. James, you require 140.
Stay there. It's on.
130.
Oh, just inside.
you require
That would have been a
130.
cracker, a 140 finish. 131 for Dion. Not going to go.
59. James, you require 10.
Pulled that inside. Double two.
8 scored.
And he's inside again.
Leon, you require 72.
Very unlike James Bailey.
$60.
Unlucky deal.
James, you require 2.
That's a good marker.
No score.
Just dipped inside.
Leon, you require 12.
He's letting White off the hook here. That was a very big swing.
Yes, game shot at the third leg. Leon White.
He has cleaned it up.
Fourth legs, James to throw first. Game on.
He's held his throw for the first time.
$81.
One steady start.
$95.
Tip for tat, tip for tat.
$40.
Very unlucky there. Great grouping. Just not quite in the right area. White is pouncing on it.
85.
So there's only one dart in the leg so far.
$60.
Big score here will put Dion White in a commanding position in the leg
30.
to level the match, and he's not taking it. He's handing it back to James.
$95. $81.
Still nip and tuck. Going to look to leave himself a decent finish. And he should do after that dart. It's drifted over.
80.
Great first start. Couldn't follow it though.
84. James, you require 145.
Starting the 20s.
65. Dion, you require
That's up
126.
126. Dion White is more than capable. Needs a 57. Hasn't got it. Got a ton left. He's left himself.
46. James, you require 80.
Hollywood.
Oh, he had a real crack at it. Oh, he hits a 1.
Dear, oh dear.
40.
Oh
Dion, you
dear, oh
require
dear,
80.
oh dear. What has James Bailey done?
Another fat 20 for Tops. Fat 1 goes.
Yeah, gave it up.
Tops will do.
Dion White.
You miss, I hit.
And he loved that, didn't he?
Dion to throw first.
Young Dion was very happy with that. And look, a couple of teammates and former teammates of mine jumped in. Brent Kenny, g'day. Brent Kenny, Aussie Dart Supplies Online, sponsor of Dartstream Live. Lee Chapman, g'day Sproggety Doodah. Justin Wood,
40.
mate of mine that plays darts, won the Southwest Championship doubles with him last year. And, we'd never guess who's back. Chris Bradley.
Welcome to you all. It's a pleasure to have your company.
45.
This is a scrappy old start to this leg.
$100.
Better. Much better.
$47.
Obviously couldn't see enough of the triple 20 to stay up. Dragged it wide.
60.
Ton plus in front. He's got a little bit of catching up to do, and that won't do any harm.
83.
He tripped over to the other side this time. Triple
Chris-
1.
Chris Bradley says, will King Cadby ever be back? Don't know. Don't know if they're allowed sharp objects where King
26.
Cadby is.
Yes, it's unfortunately one of Dart's losses. Great losses. But you never know.
100.
You can never say never. Unlikely is probably the word to use.
$85.
Yeah, to have a scrappy leg. This is proving to be it.
100.
You will get a look at it.
$60. James, you require
126,
126.
but you feel probably not enough. Yeah. 57. A ball.
86. Dion, you require 130.
Self tops. It's a good start. Double 5.
125.
Pulled it inside.
Great
James
effort.
required 40.
Great effort. Just didn't do the little bit at the end. Tops now for
Did
the
the hard
ball.
work.
Boom.
Yeah, game shot. And a fifth leg.
Man, she's a tight tussle,
Six
Mickey
legs,
Brock.
James, throw first.
Isn't
Yeah.
it just? Again, it's as pointed out earlier. You miss, I hit. That was what was looking like a scrappy leg. Actually, a very, very entertaining finish.
91.
Good recovery, good cover shot. Too close to call, isn't it?
$60.
You do get the feel that if either player gets a two-leg break, then they will win the match. But it is so tight.
30.
Because in every single leg, the opposite player, the opposition, has had an opportunity. They're in there with a shout. Every
100.
leg. That's what you expect. Players of this caliber.
$125.
Straggly first start. Beautiful recovery. Great adjustment.
140.
Look at this. Are you not entertained, viewers?
$99.
This is some classy darts. Mainly going in with the Bradman. 99. 156. That's
85. James, you require 156.
It's not a checkout that players fear.
I know Corey Collins loves this because he likes the 36 finish.
140.
Look at that.
Dion, you require 116.
Exactly a ton in front. But again, 116. Yeah. Needs to stay there. Dear. What has he done? He's let himself 56.
76.
Tops now.
James requires 16.
He needed the 19 to give himself a shot ball. Not ball the player, but the ball on the board. It's just inside, so crossing over double 4.
12 scored.
Inside
Dion,
again.
you require 40.
So White will come back for a look. Will he level it up again? Oh, next door. Double 15.
That's all right. 10 for double 10. No, what's he hit? Sorry, he must hit a 15.
James require 4.
He obviously didn't like it. That last start was thrown with a bit of disdain.
Yeah, game shot and the 6th leg, James Bailey.
You would think now with the
7th legs,
break,
Dion through first.
You think Dion's going to walk away from this if he loses, thinking, "Wow, I had this. I was in every leg. I had a chance to win every leg, and I just let a few slip away."
45.
It's just one of those games that you know. If the opportunities you have to take your opportunities, of course you do. But in this is one of those
58.
games where you get one shot, you have to take it because your opposition is just going to smother you otherwise.
41.
Yeah, you can see that has affected him. That has affected him. I do know James is a little bit of a stickler for the rules. So with Dion not leaving the board in the correct manner, he's coming over to the left instead of going over to the right.
85.
Not every time. He has done it on a number of occasions.
$59.
It's just darting etiquette, really. And very picky to mention it.
$85.
He's just not happy. He's not happy with himself at the moment.
139.
Lovely, lovely darts. Unfortunately, in a game like this, when you've got when your
140
is starting to flounder, you keep your foot on his head or her head.
134.
Lovely dart.
Leon, you require 105. $45. James, you require 28.
See, again, coming over to the left.
Game shot in the 7th leg.
He's
James
not
Bailey.
letting it affect him.
8th legs, James to throw first. Game on.
One thing you can say about James Bailey when he ties the hockey is he's a tenacious character. Get
140.
involved with any of the one-upmanship or gamesmanship. He just gets on with the game.
He's got a massive competitive spirit and a big heart. I'm not saying that he's an arsehole about it. He's a
41.
a great sport.
Absolutely, he is all about fair play.
He's a really good example for young players out there actually how to go about the game.
Well, he's got the right measure of grit,
70.
determination, tenacity.
Doesn't
Always,
like it. Doesn't like it when other people are ungentlemanly around the sport either. Won't
45.
stand for it, in fact.
No, and I think that's fair enough. You can't fault the man for that.
$96.
You see, that's something you have to drum into players coming through. Your last dart, every single dart is important.
97.
But that last dart, you may have had two sloppy darts, but don't just throw the third one. Take your time and make it count. It can and will generally pay huge dividends.
99.
Yep, it's the Bradman, leaves 96, a 2-dart finish. Plenty of time. Streets of daylight between him and Dion Wyatt in this leg.
70.
And it's probably
James,
about
you
the first
require
leg, but he's
96.
in a gap of this nature. Going to start on triple 20. Pulled it under. Yeah, nice recovery.
Game shot.
There you
Down the
go,
match,
a
James
96
Bailey.
finish. A 6-2 win over Dion Wyatt. James Bailey will progress through. What a cracking game of darts!
That is such a good dart. The composure.
Yep, I'm with you, Mickey Brock. What a great game of darts, and good to see some fresh talent up on Dartstream Live. Dion White, a new player to the stream, not a new player to darts, obviously, but yeah, good to have him finally grace the Dartstream Live pages on the interwebs. And I'm just going to have a quick refresh here of the draw and bring you the action. Boom, here we go. So Tim Pusey is 4-all against Lindsay Hajiali. David Platt 5-2 up on Dave Berg. Brenton Lloyd 6-2 win over Adam Leake. Adam Leake goes through to play James Bailey, who we just saw beat Dion White. Looks 6-2 looks like a bit of a thrashing, but I tell you what, Dion was in every leg.
Absolutely. It was, as I said, it was one of those games you miss, I hit. When you've got a pugnacious character like James Bailey, he's not going to let you off the hook. You've got to take those opportunities, and unfortunately, Dion came up a bit light in that area today. We know he can do better than that, but very, very tough player to play.
Oh, I've just lost you, Mickey. Not sure what's happened there.
He
just
was in every leg, except that last one.
Yep, got you back. Sorry, mate. I lost you for a second there. You did the old freezeroo. Don't know what happened, but you're back loud and clear and no dramas at all. Look, mate, we're going to take a short break.
Out there, sorry about that.
We're going to take a short break. And look, not sure who we're going to have next. I guess Brenton Lloyd and James Bailey are the first ones that are ready, but I think we'll probably be looking for some new, fresh blood on the stream, as James has just played. Not sure. Declan Bailey's going to be organising that, so it might be that just to keep things flowing. Who knows?
I can give you the inside goss on that.
I'll go on then.
It will be Brenton Lloyd against James Bailey next up.
Wow, there you go, Dart fans. Stick around for that. We'll be back shortly. ADC Oceania open up the 2024 tour. $10,000 prize money up for grabs in one super weekend of darts. Streamed live from the Stirling Adriatic Centre, WA. Top players from around the country will join WA Stars to hit the Ocky. The winner of each day will clean up $1,000 and the winner of the weekend will get a coveted spot to play for a week in the Motor Super Series in the UK. With prize money on the weekend paid out all the way down to the top 32 players. Playing one or all of the events. Straight knockout Friday night, round robin instant knockout Saturday and Sunday. A massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters, Dartstream Live, ADC and Dosh. ADC Oceania open up the 2024 tour. $10,000 prize money up for grabs in one super weekend of darts. Streamed live from the Stirling Adriatic Centre, WA. Top players from around the country will join WA Stars to hit the Ocky. The winner of each day will clean up $1,000 and the winner of the weekend will get a coveted spot to play for a week in the Motor Super Series in the UK. With prize money on the weekend paid out all the way down to the top 32 players. Playing one or all of the events. Straight knockout Friday night, round robin instant knockout Saturday and Sunday. A massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters, Dartstream Live, ADC and Dosh. Oceania open up the 2024 tour. $10,000 prize money up for grabs in one super weekend of darts. Streamed live from the Stirling Adriatic Centre, WA. Top players from around the country will join WA stars to hit the Ocky. The winner of each day will clean up $1,000 and the winner of the weekend will get a coveted spot to play for a week in the Motor Super Series in the UK. With prize money on the weekend paid out all the way down to the top 32 players. Playing one or all of the events. Straight knockout Friday night, round robin into knockout Saturday and Sunday. A massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters. And just cutting that off for a second, a massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters. Good on you for tipping in and helping us out at Dartstream Live. They include Aussie Dart Supplies Online, Lynx Property Group, Bailey Carpentry Services, Get Plastered Rendering, and Portway Painting Services, Dave Platt's outfit there. Just a quick update. Tim Pusey has beat Lindsay Hudgiali 6-4, and Dave Platt has beat Dave Burke 6-4. So Tim Pusey and Dave Platt in the other semi-final. James Bailey and Brenton Lloyd are getting ready to play. They look like they're just about at the stage where they're going to start, well, bulling up or warming up, not sure. Just have a quick flick over there to see if we can see any action on the stage. Looks like, doesn't look like beer and skittles. It looks like bugger all's going on. There's James Bailey's elbow. Bit of elbow action, so we know he's up there. He's probably just waiting for Lloydie to have his break and come back. And just reading the comments, apparently we are allowed to drink beer at ADC events. Good on us. I don't know if that's for everyone, but cheers, guys. It's a can of Coke. Of course, wouldn't do that. G'day to Jordan Harper. Dion Wyatt's checking out the stream, just watching back to see how he went, what he could have done different, how cool did my hair look, all that sort of stuff. Matrix is checking it out as well. Matthew Rozelle, and been no stranger to Dartstream Live is Maddie. Maddie, you'll be interested to know your old nemesis Chris Bradley is in the comments there and abouts. Don't know if he's still there, but Chris Bradley and Matthew Rozelle both in the comments, 2 comments apart. Wow.
Interesting. So take it off the hockey and onto line.
Exactly.
This is what the public wants.
Absolutely, Mickey Brock. And I'll just get you back in shot here. There we go. There he is.
Oh, scary, isn't it?
Don't switch off, Dart fans.
No, put that up against a Barbie. Keep the kids away from the fire. James Bailey and Brenton Lloyd are actually on stage now. Just having a bit of a warm-up.
Right down there.
James Bailey, we just saw beat Dion Wyatt. Dion Wyatt was in every single leg except for perhaps the very last one. And you could see he was frustrated with himself, but he played exceptionally well. But you come up against a player like James Bailey. He's nicknamed the ball for a reason. Very tenacious, very difficult player to knock over.
And bit of an emergency here. Computer's shut down. Just give me a second to call Declan in case that doesn't come back. Looks like a bit of spinny action. I'll be back in a minute.
Well, the darts at the moment are going into a black hole. There we go. The Wizards have fixed it. If I'm still on screen, just trying to make myself look pretty. It's a big job. I started 15 years ago. Not finished. Work in progress. I think if we're going to be very, very fortunate here, we might have Lewis Kirk as the caller. So one wish ticked off the list.
Yeah, something I've been looking forward to. Look, we've had a little bit of a we've been a bit spoilt with some talent in the calling ranks today. Harvey Mayle, didn't know he was that good. Well, I knew he was that good. Let's be real. But Tom Wiley jumped in and did some calling, and he was sensational. He was really good.
He enjoyed himself.
No, he did. Loved it. Great voice for it.
Oh, lovely brogue. Lovely lilting brogue.
Yep. So haven't managed to get hold of Declan. I still actually don't have that board. I just tricked you with this one here. But
it doesn't take much to trick me.
So Declan's running over there to sort that out for us now. Shouldn't be too far away. And looks like we have none other than Mr. Ian Dargan, Mr. ADC himself. And are you sitting on 2 telephone books or Brocky?
No, I'm just very short.
Right.
Well, you've got to be honest, haven't you? But yes,
Absolutely.
we're joined by the boss man.
Oh, we got
James Bailey and Brenton Lloyd.
Cracker.
Hey? Oh, just a couple of up and coming young lads.
Newbies.
They might have a bit of a future in the game. Should be an absolute belter.
Getting huge amounts of positive feedback from the venue. It is fantastic.
It is first time we've been here. Very impressive. Food's lovely, staff's lovely, the venue itself's lovely, the people are lovely.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you what, I've done quite a bit of setting up there on and off, and everybody's been most hospitable to us, and really, I think they value the what it brings to the club, I suppose.
Yeah, I think the president, I was talking to him out there in the last half hour or so, they were a bit worried about first time putting on a tournament like this, I suppose, but he's not worried anymore. He's delighted with it.
Well, it always has to be reciprocal.
Yeah.
You look after the venue looks after you.
Yeah, so he has already assured us we'll be back.
Just come on one, that one.
Very, very positive feedback.
For the moment.
Rightio, board is back up, so we're not too far away from the start.
And unfortunately, we in the nicest possible way, we do not have Lewis Kirk as the caller. We have another young gentleman up there.
Gary Stevens, that is, another awesome dart player, West Australian dart player.
Bit of a character too.
Yeah, great guy, very well respected and liked in the darting community in Western Australia. Runs a comp.
Yeah, good on him.
Yes, during the off season, I did run some Wednesday night comps in Sydney, and they went down very, very well. It was more or less a glorified practice night for some of the better players in the Shire area, and it was very well received. Very well received, and it was fun. It was fun. When you are running tournaments, you can make it as hard or as easy as you wish.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
I'm not saying something like this is an easy one to organise and get everybody and get the games ticking over and so on, because obviously bigger numbers, it's there's always that possibility of hitches coming up here and there. But it's last night, today has run so smoothly. I am touching wood to hope that does continue.
Well, we do have a very, very good team and a great partnership with the DSL guys. It makes and the stuff you do behind the scenes, Benny, you and Declan, is absolutely magnificent. Couldn't do this without you guys.
Thanks, mate. Much appreciated. And likewise, if there's no one putting comps on, there's nothing for us to do. So we appreciate the fact that you come and me in particular, bring these comps to Western Australia.
Yeah, and it's great to see that local players have actually embraced it and turned up. Because as we were saying in the last call there, you lose it or use it or lose it. Because if you're whinging about tournaments not being on in your neck of the woods, and when they are, you don't support them, yeah, well, they're not going to come back.
Exactly that. I mean, venues have to host these events, and they're not going to do it for free. They're not charities, they're businesses, and they need to get a return. And so turn up, drink heaps of piss, and play some darts, have a great weekend, and everybody's happy. It all works out. You get some prize money and something to play for.
Yeah, also the banter. You can't buy the banter. And it's something that dart crowds are absolutely brilliant at. Nobody can get too big for their boots because they'll be shouted down immediately. So the banter in these tournaments is brilliant. A great atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like they're just about ready for a start here. Might get the players' audio back up.
It certainly has been one of the longest warm-ups.
Okay.
Yeah.
All shot. Brendan, the throw first.
Okay, she's on.
25.
Yeah, inside.
$25.
Inside. So we'll have a retake. And that's one of the quirks as well. Some players prefer if the dart, if your opposition has thrown the dart first and it's inside, they'll leave it there and use it as the marker.
25.
Players want it taken out.
James, you throw first. Game on.
How it sits.
Yeah. Some players want it in, some want it out. It's in, out, all night long.
James obviously won the ball, and we are off.
Yeah, the ball hit the ball.
45.
Lloyd was in the 25 for a second time. Wasn't enough to win the bull up.
96.
Yeah, not too bad.
How much improvement we've seen from Brendan Lloyd in the last couple of years. He appears to have come from the unknown to now being a regular at the business end of all tournaments.
Yeah, he's certainly in a bit of a purple patch. There's no two ways about that. But again, last evening, obviously he didn't make it through to the final. Tim Pearcey beating
137.
But it just goes to show what you've got to do to win one of these.
Yeah, there's no easy win now.
No.
Yeah, someone like James Bailey, we spoke about his pedigree last night.
100.
He's stretched to compete to make semis and finals in these, and that's testament to the rest of the players. He's standard.
58.
Well, we saw it in the last game, particularly James and Dion Wyatt. You miss, I hit, and I fully expect this game will be exactly the same.
100.
James he has certainly found his consistency again that might have been missing for the last year maybe or so. He's had some he hasn't been well. He's had problems with his leg,
98.
knee, and
James requires 116.
He's finally back to the consistency he had a couple of years ago.
Yeah, well, I think it all started when he rather unfortunately damaged his hand.
36. Oh, he's inside.
98.
What a cracking effort.
Brendan requires 112.
Again, start on the 20s. Yeah, get the middle bit. No.
60. James
Disappointed with that second dart. Inside again.
Game shot. And the
Last dart and again.
There's an easy.
Yeah, well, it's the same all around the world now. You're
45.
talking, if you're taking generally more than 18 darts, you've lost a leg.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
That is the standard we're talking. 15 to 18, the norm, not the exception anymore.
Certainly at
125.
the business end now. Once you reach the knockouts, that's what you got to be hitting.
60.
Wouldn't be surprised to see a 12 or under in this particular game.
There is a steely determination about James. I feel something this weekend. I feel like he's ready to win again.
Yes.
60.
Very, very much so. And the beautiful thing about the way James plays, that we did touch on it briefly in the last game, is he doesn't waste a dart.
121.
He doesn't upset himself to the point where he'll just throw the last dart. He will take his time and place it.
100.
Absolutely. Very important. .95 after 9. He's certainly
58. $27. James, you require 137.
His head with when he threw that last dart. He's giving off signals to his opponent.
Yes, and James,
97.
the experience he has, he'll read that, and he will grow his own confidence from that.
Himself tops after 15.
140.
Great
James, you require
shot.
40.
A little bit of pressure on this throw.
Game shot and the second leg. James fails.
So
Third leg, James, you throw first.
We should have 14 next.
Yes, that's an early break as well. James is a fantastic front runner.
Isn't he? So focused.
121.
See, second dart went awry,
Fixed it.
but sorted the issue out. I mentioned it in the last game.
60.
Leon was coming over, walking off to the left.
Yeah,
James is doing that in this game, which is very unlike him.
it is very unlike him.
It is a whopping big stage up there. It's not sort of it's not what everyone's used to. I suppose.
43.
Yeah, but it's unusual.
$180.
Top of the shop. But it could be that Brenton is approaching the hockey and is that far over to the right. That is when James turns round. The
180.
Left this is silly.
Yeah, you might be onto something, and then you also have to remember that the caller is standing right there too.
Yes.
On that side. So.
Yes.
56. James require 157.
But James has played at the Worlds, so you know he knows what it's like to have a caller there.
39.
Brenton's played in enough finals as well.
Yeah, Brenton is walking to the right. Interesting. We'll ask James after and see what he's
65. James require 118.
That could be the only reason I can think of. Because James isn't one for gamesmanship.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
58.
We did
Brendan,
speak
you require
about that
140.
quite a bit in the last game.
He
He's
plays the game very straight.
he's a stickler for the rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
60.
Yeah, again,
James, you require
when he
60.
threw that last dart. And when he's walking back after retrieving his darts, it's not a jaunty walk, it's a laboured effort. These are
40.
all little psychological
Brendan,
signs
you require 80.
that James Bailey will pick up on.
This is already a very important double now for Brenton Lloyd because
40.
It's over.
James, you require 20.
It's like he's throwing a dance without the belief. Jones just work his way in.
Game shot
goes,
and the
3-1.
third leg. James Bailey. Fourth leg, Brendan New, throw first.
See,
55.
The generally fluid action of Brenton Lloyd is very snap. He's putting the shoulder in a little bit extra. He's trying to reach for the trebles.
it's the pressure he's under, Brocky, I think.
82.
3-0 down. See, again, don't waste your last dart. Great cover shot.
78.
Lloyd just hasn't settled.
And James, on the other hand, he's looking silky smooth.
140.
Mr. Consistency.
$100.
Needed.
$58.
And big shout out to our audience out there watching across the world. Kevin Dunstan says, great to see how far DSL has come.
96.
Appreciate all you guys did during COVID for us in the UK. Used to love the comps you put on. Good to see you again, Ben and the gang. Cheers, Kevin. Darren Hanson says, Queensland for the win. Danny Porter says, viewers are lovely. Vic Headland says, g'day, guys. Travis Wharton says, Rack Stevens.
83.
Like, tagged and Rachin it. Good idea. Joe Comito says, trust me, guys, it's expensive to travel from WA. Sean Kohler says, come on, Brenton. And everybody else has
21.
joined in, just watching along.
James,
Feel free to comment, guys.
138.
Yes, we do enjoy your company. You might not enjoy ours, but we enjoy yours. And unfortunately for Brenton Lloyd, when things are going against you, then he gets a bounce.
98.
Brenton,
you require 151.
He gave up a clap. He scored 21.
And James once again on tops after 15. It's
86. James, you require 40.
And let's not forget, James Bailey's travelled all the way from Queensland to come over and compete in this competition this weekend. So he's come to pick up some prize money.
I just think he wants to get
30.
himself back in the winner's
Brendan, you
circle.
require 65.
I know he's been sparring with Mel Cumming online, getting his form back up.
yeah, and Jezza.
And Jezza, yep.
Yeah.
25.
The,
James, you require
won
10.
tournaments like we mentioned last night, all around the world, steel tip, soft tip. Modus Super Series is one he hasn't ticked yet.
No, and he wants to.
He wants to.
And of course, the winner of this weekend, Ian Dargan, gets a spot in the Motor
8.
Super Series in the UK.
Brendan, you require 40.
Absolutely, which is a golden ticket, really. And
Game shot and the fourth leg. Brendan
One
Lloyd.
back.
Fifth leg, James to throw first.
That may give him a little bit more focus. Could be the springboard, the catalyst for a fight back. James Bailey's having none of it.
125.
being the player he is and the experienced player he is, in the back of his mind, he's thinking that was only a hold for Brenton.
Yes.
He's a
100
player to think that way.
And Chris O'Brien's got a theory. He says James just wants to get his head on telly. That's why he's walking to the left after retrieving his darts. Sean Kohler says he's got the best of both worlds. He's fishing and watching darts.
140.
Half your luck.
And g'day to Robbie Braid.
100.
That's better from Lloyd. Back-to-back tons. Because we know it's in there. It's just got to pull it out of the kit bag.
James is in again.
125.
I'm surprised he stayed up.
He's at 111 after 9 again, Buffy. It's an incredible standard.
100.
Yeah,
James Uokoya, 111.
When you see the players that are playing in this manner, if it was Michael Van Gerwen, if it was Gedwin Price, or
the 60's good. The 11's in tops.
91.
He will be back. He's got time on his side. 20 after 12.
99.
If it was one of the,
James
one of those
Uokoya,
players I
20.
mentioned, it'll be worldwide news. This little outback station.
Game shot in the 5th leg. James Bailey.
Guys don't get
6th
the credit they
leg. Brendan
fully
to
deserve.
very first. Game on.
Well, we'll keep doing our bit, Brocky. We'll keep getting our names
86.
out there and fight a good fight for the players.
Well, for me, as you know, mate, it's always about the darts. It's always about the players. No hidden agendas.
140.
And I will continue at Darts Down Under to promote what I can where I can. But some of the
46.
tournaments, people have said, "Oh, you didn't mention our tournament, this, that, and the other." Well, if you don't send me through details, I cannot promote that for you, can I? I'm always up for supporting
85.
the darts and dart players wherever possible.
$55.
You can check out my Facebook page, Darts Down Under. And if you're interested in becoming a sponsor, just get in touch with me.
85.
I'll give you all the details. James Bailey, as I did mention in the last leg, in the last match, is one of my sponsors, and I do thank him. Very privileged.
66.
Great bloke and a massive supporter of darts.
Yeah, he is, and he sponsors globally. He's
141.
Cracking guy.
50 after 12. But yeah, so he's a sponsor of mine.
60.
He's a sponsor of
James
DSL,
Uokoya, 50.
amongst other things. We do appreciate it because it does help us to
Game shot in the 6th leg. James Bailey.
14 darts this time, Brocky.
Yeah, told you it was coming.
He's got
7th leg. James, do throw first.
and
Game
going
on.
for the match in record time, really.
Well, on paper, you would not have said 5-1 break.
83.
But it puts him on the hill, but he's experienced enough to not let that affect him.
99.
Have the same effect on your Oppo, because I've got nothing to lose now, and you tend to relax and start playing.
And in the other semi-final, Tim Pusey is 4-1 up on Dave Platt. So
60.
the winner of that into the final will play the winner of this. So far, it looks like being the bull, James Bailey.
Yeah, just
125.
won't it? What a joy it is to have these guys, and great to see some of the ladies giving it a lash this morning as well.
140.
In the round robin stages. Unfortunately, none of them made it through, but good on you, girls. Well played. Give it a go. Turn
99.
Up. Must be Jim's worst leg, isn't it?
92.
92. He's within range.
Yeah, he's left himself 126 after 12. He's slackened off. Behave.
134.
Yeah.
James, you require 126.
I wouldn't be surprised.
James. That's
I think
one.
he'd take the 15 data for the win, wouldn't he?
Bull for the bull.
Bull.
101. Brendan, you require 44.
Has to go. Is he in the big five? He was.
Game shot. And the 7th. Brendan Lord.
Credit where credit's due.
You have to when you're not expecting to,
8th leg.
miss
Brendan
the
to throw
big
first.
12,
Game on.
and you've got to readjust your thinking. Super darts.
Well, that's one of the breaks.
56.
Yeah, but he needed to kick off with something better than 56. He doesn't need me to tell him that.
60.
Huh. Well, yeah,
63.
a great last start. Almost a decent throw. But you can see it's definitely affecting him.
Yes, absolutely.
121.
Go again. Pressure has definitely got to Brendan.
60.
Just hasn't hit enough triples. And James has been quite efficient.
He's just methodically gone about his work, hasn't he? It's what we expect.
Absolutely. Experience.
100.
But if both of them were on top form, then what an unbelievable match this would be.
58.
Going drops ahead after the last start. James powering on.
85.
I know his nickname the Bull, but he's bulldozing at the minute.
94. James, you require 135.
He's left himself a Marlow, but he'll be disappointed with himself.
Yeah.
63. Brendan, you require 170.
You call it, Brocky. You call it.
Not on. It's not on, unfortunately.
45. James, you require 72.
Brenton looks a beaten man right now.
He's got that demeanour about him, unfortunately.
It's out of his hands.
Yeah. Tops left. He does like tops.
Game shot and the match. James Bailey.
And another 18 data to wrap it up 6-3.
87.
And the match. That is such a good dart. The composure.
Wacky game of darts. All right, Brenton Lloyd will be disappointed with himself the way he's played there, but take nothing away from James Bailey's performance. That was electric going into the final.
He can take a lot of confidence from that. He knows he played well.
Absolutely.
And speaking of great performances, Gary Stevens on commentary there. Great job, thanks. And thanks for everybody that's jumped up there, got on the caller's mic and called these games for us and helped add to the spectacle of the afternoon, evening. It's been sensational. Loved it. And we've come so far from players just thinking this is all a load of shit doing this sort of thing to really get behind and helping us out. And they're big names and they're good players and they're solid individuals that are getting behind and helping us. So Tim Pusey has defeated David Platt 6-1 and is going to play James Bailey in the final. So we have got a ripper of a final coming up, and the magnet is one of your favourites, Mickey Brock.
Yes, you can ask him why or how he's got the name the Magnet, but I won't tell you that story at the moment. Certainly not on air. But look, this is going to be a belter of a final. Getting up 6-1 over David Platt. I mean, he did him last night in the final 6-4. So he's obviously stepped up his game up again today. So James Bailey, Tim Pusey, that should be one hell of a final, because we've just seen in the last two games where James Bailey has really, really upped his game, consistent, tenacious, dogged. Finishing was his doubling out was absolutely top draw. So it should be an absolute belter. And I would strongly suggest for all the viewers out there, sit yourselves down in your favourite seat, strap yourself in, have your nibblies on the right, your esky to the left, because you are going to see some fireworks.
Yeah, absolutely. And Doug's, we touched on it before, but let's go through it again. The obviously $10,000 prize money up for grabs this weekend, but really the big draw card for this weekend is that spot at Motor Super Series. And tell us what that's all about. What happens? What we talk about Motor Super Series. It probably means nothing to most people out there. What's the event all about? How does it run? What's the format?
Well, I go to a full week of darts in Portsmouth, England. Played in a professional setting on stage. The first 3 days are without a crowd. And then on the Saturday night, the crowds come in. Small, intimate venue, but the quality of players that are going through the modus right now is phenomenal. And either of these guys, should they get to go, would hold their own. I have no doubt about that.
And I doubt that any of our players that go over there for that are more than capable. Yeah. And we did touch on it earlier that young Smith, Guru, he went over there and he won the lot, scooped the £20,000 in the Champions Week. So, there's great opportunities for players.
Something is kicking off in the venue. I can hear it. It sounds like there's whooping and hollering.
Everyone's I think Declan actually got the microphone working properly.
Oh, okay. So that you said, small intimate venue, small amount of players, but the beauty of that is, I guess, that instead of winning this trip to England for the World Championships or whatever, which is obviously a massive thing, you get more than one chance. You go over there and you play in a round robin format against 8 or 12 players. I can't remember how many are in the week, but so it's a round robin.
I think it's 6 for the Monday to Wednesday one.
There's a couple of different groups, but from Modus Super Series, what they're actually, and it's because the Australians travel so far, our guys actually get a go at 2 weeks in a row. So they'll play the full week the first week. If they were unsuccessful, they'll get 2 days the following week as well, and that's because of the distance they travel, and it's fantastic that Modus recognise that.
Absolutely. So yeah, I mean, and this is why this is such a magnificent opportunity, because we know we've seen it time and time again. We've seen Jezza, Rig, GG, Ben Robb, go over, and it takes you a minute to find your feet.
Yeah, absolutely, and. I know we had a good chat with Ray Smith when he came back, and he couldn't speak highly enough of the professional setup at Modus. And it really is a fantastic experience for all players.
Yeah, absolutely. And I tell you what, we have got Lewis Kirk up on stage to call the final. He's testing out the mic now. I don't know if you guys can hear it there, but...
we'll hear him.
We'll hear him.
I think so Declan's just working on that.
Lewis Bray.
Lewis Bray, yeah.
Old's answer to Russ Bray. Great kid. Absolutely great kid. I love him to bits. Love him to bits.
And
you'll find a bit of eye candy for the ladies. The Dreamboat will be the caller.
Love it. I'd never thought of him in that way, Mickey, but now you say it, he's not too ugly.
Well, look, I can only say that because we did actually share a room up in Brisbane.
Oh gosh, stop it, Mickey! Stop there.
No,
I don't want to hear. I don't want to.
Can you cut to a break, please, Ben?
I don't want to hear it.
Move that bucket over here.
Hey, you're right near him. Doug, stop it. Look, g'day to all the fans out there that are watching us on Dartstream Live. Jared Northover's just jumped in. Dart Play, you see there and abouts in all the comps. Didn't come down for this one, but just happened to be working down Busso Way in jumped in to see what was happening at the local dart comp, and there's Jared Northover kicking a few asses. So good to see you and catch up for a beer, and cheers for the beers. And Joshua Jovanovic, another top player from Rockingham, that surprised he didn't jump in the comp today, but another name that, you know, like sort of the Corey Collins ilk, that's like at that cusp of going to that next level to, you know, can beat the James Baileys and these guys, but it's a matter of having that test where you're actually there and with them and being able to do that. And this is the opportunity that you've provided, Dargs, and Western Australia. Thanks you, mate.
Oh, thanks, Ben, and obviously Greg, partner Greg. He's flat chat with work at the moment, but darts in Australia wouldn't be what it is without Greg Walsh. So shout out to Greg back in Brisbane.
Absolutely, and another great sponsor of Dartstream Live is Greg Walsh, and yeah, look, this is his outfit here.
Yeah.
The guys are
got the thumbs up.
Yeah,
and
I think they're approaching. We're not far away from what promises to be a final full of fireworks.
Yeah, Greg's been a massive supporter of Dartstream Live and of ADC, and it's guys like that with deep pockets that dig in that make these events successful. So massive shout out to Greg. Thanks very much for your help for us. Personally from us, but also for ADC and darts in general, and just not only that, the huge stable of players that he's shipped around the country to make events work.
And an all-round good guy.
He is, and I think the reason that ADC Oceania works so well is obviously the guys behind the scenes, but also the transparency. You know, and the players pick up on that. It's what they've been calling out for many a year. They've got that with ADC Oceania and the Motor Super Series. So it's always a pleasure to come to these tournaments.
And I just realised I've put up Brenton Lloyd and James Bailey as the scoreboard instead of Tim Pusey.
I see. That's the excitement of what this final will produce.
You never know who you're going to get. So Tim Pusey and James Bailey, it is, get a bit of player audio up there, and
X-ray vision on. He's got his laser vision.
It'd be interesting to see if Pusey can go back to back. It's a feat that's not been achieved too often in ADC Oceania history. I know we did have it at Geelong.
Well, we didn't mention, of course, talking about Greg Walsh. Two of his guys, two misfits on stage.
In the nicest possible way. That's team misfits.
And a very interesting scenario, obviously, if James wins, and personally I've tipped James from this morning. No surprise if he wins, but if Tim was to win, he would be probably very hard to catch tomorrow for the spot.
Well, that's yeah, that's the point. So where are we at with who's in the running? Darts.
We have Declan's in the background running down those numbers.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, it'll be Tim to throw for the ball first.
Merger with
That's
two
the
wins.
25.
Friday, Saturday.
Oh, we've got the voice on. We've got the voice on. Ladies, prepare some spare knickers.
That's also the
Lewis
25.
Bray.
Oh my God, this is so hot.
Russ Kirk.
Outside. That's the 25. First leg, it'll be Timmy to throw first. Game on.
Oh.
Game on. Straight in. We didn't have to wait long, did we? We did not have to wait too long. What a super opening set of darts. Won't faze James Bailey, of course.
21.
Years of experience against youthful exuberance.
59.
Again, your 180 is only as good as your next 3 darts.
$85.
Yeah, Jimbo just plugging away, chipping away.
$98.
Yeah, good thinking. Had himself 164. Be a heck of a 12 darter.
Miles ahead in this leg.
30.
I said that when we saw James in his first stream game today. He does start a match slowly, but he grows into it very, very rapidly. Have a look. 12 darter, 164 checkout. If you do not mind.
And he got the fist pump walking back from James. A nod of appreciation. Lovely to see.
He's a very, very sporting man, is James Bailey. If he's beaten by the better player
85.
and he's given it his best shot, he will appreciate it. He's humble in victory, gracious in defeat.
125.
Has Tim got something to prove?
I was just thinking maybe Tim has a dinner booked or something. He's in a hurry.
There's a Uber outside waiting.
125.
Well, this is a little better from James. He's starting to find the range now.
53.
It's one of those games. It's so close on paper. You expect it to go all the way. You don't see one player running away with it.
83.
No, and it simply won't happen with these guys. They know each other's games so well.
They're both so classy.
43.
A little bit of petulance there.
That's the bounce out for James.
74.
What a great pickup.
What a cover. What a cover. Again, never throw away your last dart in disgust. Picking up the 54.
140. James, you require 134.
Kirky's doing a great job. You know, we could sit back and say nothing and just listen to Lewis.
96. Tim, you require 140.
Oh, he's gone above.
100. James, you require 38.
Maybe a miscount.
James on the second leg.
When he did 155 up in Pine Rivers, checking out on the turn, yeah, he's not afraid of any double.
No, they're all the same size, aren't they?
Aren't they just? Well, except for the ball.
Yes.
180.
If we say they're all the same size, someone will go, the ball isn't. Someone will write in. You know they will.
60.
Now, can he follow it up this time?
$42.
No. So it just reiterates the point. You're only as good as your next 3 darts.
$140.
Yeah, what a response. It's a privilege to watch these matches. It really is. He's just strayed a little wide there.
54.
15 with the first.
123.
I'm
He wanted
surprised.
another 180. He's,
I'm surprised he stayed up.
Is he feeling very confident?
$59. Timmy requires 76.
Yep.
36.
Okay, James can't check out here, but
and he put pressure. You have to say, if he took a 180 here, it would probably be a wasted 180.
60. Timmy requires 40.
Timmy sitting on the tops.
Game shown the third leg. Tim Houston. Fourth leg chance to throw first.
With throw at this stage.
You would expect that with these two players. You would expect that this particular match.
And Tim's two walks have both kicked off with 180, so you're chasing instantly.
Here we go again.
86.
Good last start.
$100. $140.
He's looking for on today. He's on fire.
$60.
Jimbo just chipping away.
$60. $100.
Just steady darts. Down to finish. We'll get a look at.
$67. James, you require 141.
Not on anymore, unfortunately for James.
65. Timmy require 148. $100. James requires 76.
A bit of pressure on the 76.
Beautiful.
68. Timmy requires 48.
Not happy at all.
Oh, James has been let off the hook here.
32. James require
Need a
8.
second invitation.
No, but he needs to jump on it.
Game shown the fourth leg. James Bailey, fifth leg. Timmy to throw first.
And I was surprised he missed the double 8 because that dart into the treble 20 was so perfect.
Starting legs from Timmy and 3 180s to kick off his legs.
$41.
Question remains: can he score more than 60 with these 3 darts? Back-to-back 180s.
Cracking darts, Tim Pussy.
$100. Timmy require 141.
We'll know after this first dart. It's on. It's on. Oh, it's just inside.
What an amazing effort. What an amazing effort.
Just inside our first 9 data lane. Just inside.
I just love how neither of you even said that neither of you were even going to say it.
No.
No, there was
No,
no jinx.
there's none of that.
It's the unwritten rule.
Game on the 5th lane.
Ends in a 12.
James to throw first. Game on.
In other circumstances, you'd be really happy with a 12 data. What a leg of darts. Tim Pusey, take a bow.
140.
To bring it all back down to earth, just a hold of throw.
Yep.
100.
But I mean, demeanour of James Bailey just takes it in his stride.
And then he did. He gives a big fist pump to Timmy again at the end of that leg. Shows the mark.
57.
Giant heart as James Bailey.
56. 60. 80.
It tells you something when a player's a bit disappointed. He's only scored 80.
Shows the level of these guys.
100.
Nice and steady from James.
When you start from the 19s. Ooh. They should have.
48. James require 144.
Well, minimum 6. If required. Beautiful first out. Dragged the second one badly.
Oh, yeah, out of it.
63.
And the last one.
It's got a bit of a cushion, but you know what Timmy's capable of.
Yeah, but even Tim Pusey's not capable of hitting
No,
217.
He could have made it small, but it's not looking that way now.
50. James require 81.
Yes.
Game's on the 6th lane. James Bailey.
Another 17.
Game on.
Super quality darts from both players.
134.
So this first time he's led up without a 180.
It absolutely is. I credit James Bailey here. He's seen a barrage of 180s, just a missed 9 darter, and
85.
he's still right there in the game.
Yeah. It's still even Stevens. It's going all the way, isn't it?
I hope so. I hope so, bro.
I wouldn't be too disappointed. It's the thing about James. You get yourself ahead in a leg, and he's right there. He's right there behind you. He's just doggedly bang, bang, bang. The consistency.
59.
And this is very typical James Bailey. He's had the kitchen sink thrown at him.
Yep.
And here he is against the darts, pushing for a break.
85.
Again, the importance of that last out. Don't waste it. He should be onto a finish first.
42.
But he's not.
Joe Comito in the comments says 9 darters ain't for everyone.
Good man, Joe.
140.
51 after 12.
$140. James, you require 51.
11 tops.
Ah, 11. Tim, you require
Wasn't happy with the
81.
way it last start went. Inside again when he's gone for the double 12.
75.
Left the door open.
James, you require 40.
Can't see James missing it this time.
Come on. James on the 7th leg. James Fowler.
Snuck in.
8th leg to be James to
Snuck
throw
in.
first. Game on.
And our first break of throw. James will be looking to consolidate.
Right in a critical point of the match. Midway through.
85.
There's only 4 legs left if it goes all the way. So effectively best of 3 now, I suppose. Even though there's 4 legs
140.
left.
Did anyone else just think Tim's just going to throw another 180 and
Yes.
it's open a leg? This is what he does.
Yeah, that's exactly what we were thinking.
Yeah. If that's going to be his
60.
new trademark. Difficult one to live up to.
$58.
But to lead off 3 legs with 180s and then just wire a 9 darter and then find yourself behind, it's just classy darts. Both players playing their part.
42. $60.
Maybe the steam has just gone out of Tim Pusey.
$80.
And ghetto to Steve Luby says, evening gents, Jack Bunworth, young fella from Mandurah, plays Silver Sands Dart Association.
100.
Great new prospect for Western Australia. Chris Crabb says, yeah, James. Danny Porter, Joe Comito, I hear you. What does he say? I hear you. Some people hit them, some miss them. I hear you. Some people hit them, some miss them.
43.
Of course, Danny Porter, another big 9 dart hitter.
Show offs.
Yeah, look, we can all hit 9 darters. Some of us don't like to boast.
24 left.
We're talking about 9 dart finishes, mate.
119. James require 130.
Mate, I'd like to get. I'd like to score 180 in 9 darts. I'd be happy with that.
$99. Timmy require 24.
Timmy about to break back on that double 12.
It's been
Double
his
12, he
nemesis.
missed for the 9. Goes in 1 dart.
Tim Pusey. That's like Tim Ironic. First. Game on.
Irony at its best.
John Kiley in the comments says, dentures are working better tonight. Chris Crabb, hey all.
Top leg, Crabby.
$40.
Very low key start.
$123.
Tim Pusey obviously found the Energizer Buddy. Slipped a new battery in and he's starting to pick up the pace again.
$60.
Starting to see the finish line, maybe.
92.
Well, I sent him a message saying your dinner's getting cold.
$99. $95.
James, a long way back.
$43. Tim, you require 91.
Giving up the ghost in this leg, James.
Game shown the 9th flag. Tim Busey. 10th flag, James to throw first. Game on.
Classy dance. Simple as that. Classy dance from two classy players.
$60. $85.
Bit disappointing. Only 85 to kick up the leg.
Yeah. Must be getting nervous.
I reckon.
28.
That's very, very un-Bailey like. Opens the door for Pusey.
58.
Didn't take advantage of it.
Not overly. Again, it's only one doubt, isn't it?
100.
I mean, it's 45 behind, stepping up to the hockey.
Of course, in the leg that James has to win.
100.
Yeah. Well, it's the road of no return, isn't it?
Looks like a 60.
81.
He's in the cul-de-sac at the minute. There's no way out one end.
$55.
From Jimmy.
Whoa.
James, realistically, he's got to go out in 6 from here.
More than capable, of course.
$140.
Well, that didn't damage the opportunity, did it?
99. James, you require
Nothing in
92.
response. Tapping Jimbo on the shoulder. I'm still here.
$88. Tim, you require 104.
Yeah, it was a great effort from Bailey.
104.
Can he
He
win
may
back-to-back
go
titles?
48.
6-4.
He did go 48.
68. James, you require 4.
James to take us the distance.
Oh, wow.
No score. Tim, you require 36.
That was just a borrant.
Game, shots, and the match. Tim Busey.
Back-to-back 6-4 wins for Tim Pusey.
That was another cracking game.
Yeah, but again, James is going to be upset with himself after that.
James is walking off the stage smiling. And that just shows who he is.
Yep. But inside, he'll
be hurting.
He'll process.
He'll be hurting. But he will also see progress. He's back in
without
another
doubt.
final.
Without doubt.
That was special, and Tim Pusey has one big foot on his way to Modus possibly. He's certainly in the ascendancy.
Well, look, if he takes that, if he goes over there and he takes that sort of form with him, then he'll be hard to stop.
Well, we will a little bit later on. We'll crunch the numbers. Platy, of course, has a final and a semi, so he's picked up a few dollars. So
and look, they could just about take Lewis Kirk with them as a commentator. Yeah, I think so too. What do you reckon, dart fans? Look, guys, what a cracking day of darts and a great final to finish. And bloody hell, Tim Pusey just smashes a 180 king, just put so much pressure on. James weathered the storm, and look, he was 4-3 up. He was sort of looking like he was going to be able to handle it, but Tim, after a little bit of a lull, came back and consolidated. So great stuff for West Australia, great stuff for darts, great stuff for ADC Oceania, and it's been a great day for me and my pleasure to have you guys in comms. Thanks, Mickey Brock and Ian Duggan.
Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.
Been a pleasure.
No worries. We are going to head off, dart fans, and back tomorrow with more live darting action. Don't forget, if you want to get involved in one of these comms, there's one on tomorrow. Sterling Adriatic Centre in Western Australia. Get on down there, pay your money as you come in, and you can play. It's as easy as that. Give it a go. Give it a go, you mug. I've been Ben Hunter. You guys have been awesome. You're watching Dartstream Live. See you soon.
Cheers, Benny.
Hey guys,
24 tour.
just 2 seconds.
Prize money up for grabs in one super weekend of darts. Streamed live from the Sterling Adriatic Centre, WA. Top players from around the country will join WA Stars to hit the Ocky. Winner of each day will clean up $1,000, and the winner of the weekend will get a coveted spot to play for a week in the Motor Super Series in the UK. With prize money on the weekend paid out all the way down to the top 32 players. Play in one or all of the events. Straight knockout Friday night, round robin into knockout Saturday and Sunday. A massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters, Dartstream Live, ADC and Dosh.
He is a great kid. He's a lovely kid. His demeanour, the way he goes about things, his personality, his charm, wit. So I probably hate him for all of those things. But what a great player! Super player, super guy.
And in the comments there, muted Ben Hunter audio. Yes, I started that with no audio. Stick around, guys, because Tim Pusey's coming in to be interviewed by Mickey Brock shortly. He's just grabbing a few refreshments after that massive effort and that 180 hitting spree, back-to-back 180s, cracking a 9 data, everything, and took the win at the end of it. So great stuff. I'm pretty sure. Would you rather the 9 data or would you rather the win if you had a chance to trade them off, Brocky?
For me, it would be the win. The win is the most important. You can win in a wonderfully entertaining manner, such as we've just seen. You can win ugly. At the end of the day, the win is the most important.
Especially when you're talking about this motor spot that's up for grabs. So you go over there, you stay for a week, you get paid every day you play, by the way. Not a massive amount, just enough to cover your hotel rooms and stuff. And round robin, as Ian Dargan was saying, so you get to play all the players in your group a couple of times, and it's the winner on points at the end of the week that wins it. And the winner of the week then becomes a contender. Well, the winner of each week goes through to play in Champions Week, which this is the big one where look, I think there's £5,000 prize money for the Super Series week and £20,000 prize money for the Champions Week. So some great opportunities there for dart players and possibly Tim Pusey. Still, James Bailey may have a chance. I'm not sure. I think Dave Platt's still got a chance, another win.
I mean, what will effectively need to happen, even though Tim's got back-to-back wins, which in an ADC Oceania tournament is no mean feat. No one's gone the Triple Crown, to the best of my knowledge, but obviously he's got that opportunity now. But at the end of the day, he has still got to go pretty deep into the tournament to ensure. He needs to shore up that spot that he's got at the moment, because obviously he's leading it at the minute. 2 wins out of 2 tournaments.
Yeah.
He has to be in front. But he's still got to turn up and put an effort in and a good shift in tomorrow to ensure that he keeps that number 1 status. Because if the likes of Davey Platt, 1 final, 1 semi, the likes of James Bailey, 1 final, if they go deep or win tomorrow, they could eclipse his point total. So he's got to turn up and play.
Yeah, true. And, obviously there's a round robin to get through before you get into this knockout stage. So, and we saw some great players today that didn't even make the knockout round, knocked out of their group.
Yep. Well, we've actually been joined. The pin-up boy, the poster boy, has turned up. He was, I think you were out there busily signing autographs, weren't you?
I was. For the check for the bar tab.
No, but what a fantastic performance, Timbo. You started 3 of your legs, kicked off with 180s. You've wired a 9 darter. James Bailey then got ahead of you, 4-3, and you've then come back and gone 3 on a trot.
Well, yeah, ADC gave me a kickback to make it entertaining. I just thought I'd keep him close. Didn't want to make it whitewash.
Well, look, I mean, that's the thing. When you play someone like James Bailey, you know what a dogged competitor he is, and he's always going to be there or thereabouts. So you have to be on the game, but you did lag a little bit in the middle there.
Yes.
And I actually made the comment, I thought you found the Energizer Bunny and got yourself a new battery because you perked up and then kicked on again.
Yeah, I think the 9-darter took it out of me. Well, the missed 9-darter.
Well, it's a good question that Ben actually just asked me. He said, would I personally rather have a 9-darter? Would I prefer to win the match? And I said, win the match every day of the week.
Why can't I do both?
Well, there is that to it. But, I mean, if that option's there, surely the winner's got to be more important.
Sure. Yeah, take the win.
So how did you find the game in general?
That was good. I struggle with James most of the time because he is a bit slower than I am, and I like to just... So when I found that good rhythm, he kind of just kept me in check. Otherwise, I probably would have raced away with it if it was like a more rhythm player. But no, it was good. I felt good. Better than yesterday, actually. Like it felt more comfortable.
Well, two wins back to back, both 6-4 in the final. That obviously puts you front runner for a trip to the UK.
Yep.
But with the permutations, we were just running through before you came in. With the permutations, you've still got to turn up tomorrow, and you've still got to go quite deep just to ensure, because there are players that could still overtake you, even though you've won back-to-back tournaments.
Yes. Well, why not go 3?
Because no one's ever done it, and that was going to lead into my next question. Was no one's done the Triple Crown?
Oh.
Well, certainly not to my knowledge. Yep. I have been to every single one of these ADC Oceania tournaments, so I think I'm pretty right in that.
Has anyone won 2?
Yes.
Back to back.
Yes, down in Geelong. That was down in Geelong, mate.
Yeah,
you were there.
I was. I lost the final to Jezza, I think, on Friday.
You did. You did.
I missed the 9 then as well.
It must be something in your personality. You just don't want a 9-darter, do you?
You know.
It would have been our first live screened 9-darter for ADC Oceania, and you've let us down. I'm bitterly disappointed.
I'll have to do it tomorrow.
I'm feeling dirty and used.
Just have to stream more of my games.
I don't know if we can do that, man. I don't think we can afford the. I don't think we can afford the money you charge. But again, going back to your actual games yesterday and today, you beat Davey Platt 6-4 yesterday. You beat James Bailey 6-4 today. I mean, two promising up and coming kids in the sport. It don't get no easier, does it?
No, it doesn't. Who's next? Am I going to Lloydie in the final tomorrow?
Oh, you're all predicting the final, are you?
Oh, maybe, yeah. Well, I'm not coming here to lose first round.
And continue to look good.
Yeah, exactly. I might get a trim tomorrow, maybe. I can afford it now.
Oh, no. Remember what happened to Samson when they cut his hair? Oh, don't do it. Don't do it. But look, an outstanding effort, mate. A beautiful game to watch. I mean, we did, I think, 2 or 3 back-to-back of James Bailey's games, and he's always a pleasure to watch.
Yeah.
But you got up there and you sort of gone up a little level. You've gone beyond the form that you were showing when you were making the World Series stages many years ago, pre-lockdown. But you picked up a game because obviously you took that little bit of time off with the family and everything. Yeah. But you've not come back to where you were. You've gone up. You've taken another step up. That's got to be somewhat pleasing, hasn't it?
It is, for the amount of effort I put in. I feel like I'm playing pretty good.
You put about as much effort into your darts as I put into my looks.
Yeah,
it ain't much.
We're 2 winners
in life. In life, we are. But look, absolutely outstanding effort. Really looking forward to see what you do produce tomorrow. I mean, if you're going to kick up legs with 180s and then wire 9 darters, it should be quite an interesting ride tomorrow. Look forward to it.
Should I mention that I was telling James before the game I was quite sore?
Oh, don't look. You've won the match. There is no need to go for the sympathy ticket as well. It was a decent game of darts, mate. But look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thanks for coming in and joining us. I know the paparazzi are out there waiting with the cameras and the autographs, the kids for the autographs. So we'll get back to that. And
I better go pay the bills though.
I reckon so. We'll hand back over to Ben in the studio.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Congrats, Tim. Great stuff. And good to see West Aussie getting up there, getting amongst it. And we'll be back tomorrow with more live darting action on Dartstream Live. See you soon, Dart fans.
ADC Oceania Open Up 2024 Tour. $10,000 prize money up for grabs in one super weekend of darts. Streamed live from the Stirling Adriatic Centre, WA. Top players from around the country will join WA Stars to hit the Ocky. Winner of each day will clean up $1,000, and the winner of the weekend will get a coveted spot to play for a week in the Motor Super Series in the UK. With prize money on the weekend paid out all the way down to the top 32 players. Playing one or all of the events. Straight knockout Friday night, round robin into knockout Saturday and Sunday. A massive shout out to all our sponsors and supporters, Dartstream Live, ADC and Dosh.